They about to see it right now.
On Instagram.
What's up, y'all? What's going on? We are live. NC Line It Up. I'm here. I'm your host, Coach Newman, and I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody introduce themselves. But welcome to the first North Carolina Line It Up podcast. We still got some more people coming on, so don't worry. But I'm gonna toss the mic over to the Speed Architect. Let him go ahead and introduce himself, and then we're gonna follow up with Coach Tim Walls. Coach, your phone, your joint is mute.
You muted my brother.
Go. There you go. Hey,
There it is.
Come on, let's get it right, architect.
nah, cause I got a button on the thing, man. Anyway, Speed Architect down here in Mount Holly, Mount Allen Charter. I coached sprint hurdles and relays at Mountain Island Charter, and then I got my own track club, Team Charlotte Premier. I've been coaching for a couple years, probably about 10 years on the club scene and 5 years in high school. We do okay. Kind of rewrote the program on sprint hurdles and relays at Mountain Island Charter. We done pretty good over the past few years. Still trying to learn. Still trying to learn as much as I can from the goats over here on this podcast. So hey, I'm still just a student of the game, man. Trying to learn everything I can. Trying to help as many kids as I can, man. I love it. Like, man, I love coaching, man. I love getting the kids better, seeing them get more confident, seeing them develop, man. Beating kids that they couldn't beat before and just growing the sport. So I'm just here, man, trying to help my boys grow the sport, man. Get us a little bit more viewership so we can take this sport to the next level in North Carolina. So
Yeah.
we're gonna turn it over to the GOAT, Tim Walls over there, man.
Hey
Coach
man,
Tim.
same thing here, man. This in this thing to take this thing to another level, man, to help these kids, man. That's the bottom line. Yeah, actually started coaching. Got my first opportunity to coach when I was in college at North Carolina A&T.
Aggie
Uh,
Pride.
yep, at North Carolina A&T, I did wrote up programs for the football team. I was doing my first paid job actually, man. While I was in school, I did it with the strength and conditioning coach. So I kind of got a little taste of it then. And you already know when you kind of like the leader of the team, you always pretty much helping everybody with they start stuff like that. And I end up coming home to Coach Tim Hall, and he gave me my first college job, volunteer college job. From there, after he left and went to Clemson, I ended up going into the music business a lot about yeah. I mean, I've been in the music business since, but I got back into coaching when my daughter, my first daughter, started running. That's probably about 7 years ago. I got back into coaching, and yeah, man, I just grew from there. I ended up being the head coach at Independence. Make a long story short, I started my AAU team for the first time last year, and it's growing. It's doing pretty good. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm just here to grow the sport, help younger coaches, man, help these kids, man. Just fulfill their dreams, man, and see them smile, like Coach Brandon said, man. It's such a good feeling, man, when you see these kids, develop and grow in the sport. So that's pretty much it for me, man. Just here to help from a coaching standpoint, and just make things better, man. Make things better here in North Carolina, and all over the states, man. Anywhere, man. Just give a helping hand, man. Any way I can help, I'm here.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And for those of y'all who don't know who I am Coach Newman. I am summer track head coach at Newman Athletic Academy. We started formerly known as Dreamville Express Academy Track and Field Club. We started out back in 2022, doing some great things out there, and then we moved on to 2023. We ended up winning the 4x1 national title with a couple guys who were locked in and what I'm saying, wanted to do some great things, and also had some good jumpers, some good sprinters, and a couple hurdlers. We started real small, and then it began to just pick up wind, and a lot of people just really wanted to be a part of the team. Oh, by the way, I'm in Fayetteville, North Carolina, 910. So shout out to the 2-6. Couple great athletes that grace the area. Eric Winfrey, guy who ran 46, ended up going to South Carolina. A young lady by the name of Demetria Washington. She ran 52 in the 400. She was very decorated in South Carolina. She's actually in the Hall of Fame. Good friend of mine. Let me see, Jamesia Ford, young lady who's killing the South Carolina and the nation track game right now. Kanera Hayes, young lady who's also killing the 400-meter track game right now. And the list goes on and on and on and on. And we really are doing great things out here. So just wanted to keep that going.
There you go.
See, we got Coach P just popped up in here. So
Yo,
we just
yo, what's up,
doing the
y'all?
introductions. You know what I'm saying? We're just doing the introductions. So yeah, so I've always saw Fayetteville as doing some great things. So I just wanted just to kind of like, help carve out my niche and help, young athletes achieve their goals through the science background and the things that I've known based off of my professional career and being around Dr. Ralph Mann and a lot of things that I've known studying biomechanics and exercise science. And we're doing pretty good. So we popping out this year. We'll be going USATF route, not AAU, but all love to everybody. We'll still be getting a lot of meets in, still be seeing locking horns with track hawks, you know what I'm saying, track masters. But we will be going to Adidas Nationals. I know some other teams will be going elsewhere in other places. So we still gonna show love to NC Track and Field, NC Sports, just to make sure that we show love to them. So you know what I'm saying? If we talk a little junk, if things get heated, it's all out of love. I respect the heck out of these men. But you know what I'm saying? We definitely just want to make sure that y'all know that when NC gets together, it's time to line it up.
That's
NC
it,
line it
baby.
up. Let's go.
And she lined it up, dog.
We ain't ducking no smoke.
At all.
All right,
We ain't
Coach
ducking
P,
no
it's on you.
smoke.
It's on you. Interview
What we
time.
what we doing?
Introduce yourself again.
Okay,
We're
okay.
official now.
All right. Background history stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
When you started, your
Okay.
career, your career when you started, stuff like that.
All right. So look, my name Coach P, y'all. My real name is Shatan Palmer. Everybody call me Coach P for short. I'm a native out of Raleigh, North Carolina, born and raised. Uh, I guess I'll start with high school. My high school career started out. A lot of people don't know this. I was a high jumper when I first got in the track game. People wouldn't believe this. When I was in middle school, I was probably like the fourth or fifth fastest on the team. I was pretty quick. You know what I'm saying? But I went and tried out high jump. Ended up jumping 5'9" in middle school. I ran summer track my first year, eighth grade. I finished fifth in the nation at USATF in high jump when I was 13, 14 youth. Then I ran track in high school. Did high jump in freshman year. I jumped 6'5", finished seventh in the state. Came back sophomore year. I started learning sprints. I was already a sprinter, but I came back and started working on like the mechanics and learning biomechanics. Um, that's when I teamed up with Coach Trevor Graham. We used to train at NC State track. Marion Jones, Tim Montgomery, and all those guys used to be on the other side of the track. We couldn't talk to them or whatever. One day, one of the 400-meter hurdlers wanted to get some work, and our 4x1 we had went like 40.7 like the week before at regionals. We won regionals or whatever. And they was like, "Yeah, I want my 400 hurdle to race y'all 4x1." And we was like, "Are you joking?" And he like, "Nah, he need to get some work in. I want to race y'all 4x1." So we smoked him. And I was running second leg. Trevor Graham was like, "Who's that?" They was like, "Yo, this guy run 10.5, 10.4." And long story short, I jumped in their camp. And Trevor broke down biomechanics to me. He showed me the science of sprinting. He showed me about angles, showed me about overall body strength, just the teaching the eye of what us four coaches are very good at, and Coach TJ as well. He's not on right now, but this is what we know the difference when it comes to teaching real sprint. I'm gonna say it like that. You know what I'm saying? I respect every last one of these men on this platform. And this is why we decided to do this, because we feel like, the level of what we do, you know what I'm saying? So long story short, I got with Trevor Graham, went from like 11-1 to a 10-7 my sophomore year. Ended up qualifying for the junior world team when I was 16. I went 10-74, qualified for the relay pool to go over to Kingston and run against Usain Bolt and the fastest in the world. I ended up pulling my hamstring my junior year when I was supposed to go over with the team with the relay pool, and I didn't make it. But long story short, from 1998 all the way to 2003, I always finished top three, top five every year, and in the USA Track and Field National Final. So when kids be talking, oh, I'm 16, I got to race 17, 18, I did it too. I made the finals every year. Ain't no excuse. Just get out there and bust your butt and work hard and go get in there. You know what I'm saying? So I actually won regionals like 5 years in a row. USATF back in the day. Ended up getting a full scholarship at St. Aug, North Carolina State champion 2003, 2002. I went 1046 my senior year. Ended up going to St. Aug full scholarship. I redshirted 1 year, ran unattached with St. Aug, and then I ran 1 year. I finished number two freshman in the nation, and I got finished last in the finals, which still made me an All-American my freshman year at St. Aug. And in the meantime, on the offseason, I was still working with Trevor Graham doing that. Did not run any more collegiate years in college. Ended up starting a family, when I got a job. I started the LLC, started my own business. And, I got away from track for a long time, man. And long story short, my son played football, and I actually trained my son for speed work. And a lot of my friends knew I ran track, so they asked me to train. One of my friends asked me to train his son. I ended up training his son, and I helped the kid drop like a second off his 100-meter time in like point 8, point 9 in like a good matter of like a month. And so, started getting the feel of coaching. Did never had the plans of coaching the team, so I put him in an unattached meet at a local meet in Raleigh. And I was just looking at the kids like, man, these kids is fast, but they technique is trash. They don't know how to drive phase. Don't nobody got no angles. Like, man, all these coaches taking pictures and praising, they patting themselves on the back. I'm like, man, training sucks, man. Let me get out here and show y'all boys what I can do. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, so look, boom. So this is how I was like, okay, boom, I want to start a track team. That's when it hit me. I wanted to start a team. I was like, do I come out conservative and start with like 2 or 3 people? Or do I want to come out and just kick in the door and go get the fastest kids in the area? Like all the other states do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can say what y'all want. Texas, Florida, California, them kids do not live in the same neighborhood, bro. Trust me, they recruiting like everybody else. When you're on a national AAU football, AAU basketball, AAU track, any kind of baseball, soccer teams, you got to get the best of the best in your area to go compete nationally. Everybody know that, man. So all these people hating on us, us coaches, we going to get the best kids. You know why? Because we thinking bigger than what we are locally. We trying to win national titles and stuff. Y'all think small minded. Everybody in this block up here trying to win national titles. You get what I'm saying? State titles. That's what we think about. So um, and so boom, I came out and I was like, okay. So one day I'm watching Deion Sanders documentary. This true story. And I already was competitive, and Tim will tell you, back in the day, I used to I run my mouth. I come from the Maurice Green era. You know what I'm saying? I like track beef. I like drama. I like, on the track. You know what I'm saying? Competitiveness. I got that chip on my shoulder. I got that when I was a dog on the track. I had the same mentality when I'm a coach. So, I said I'm gonna come in, and I was watching the Deion Sanders documentary, and I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna come out like Deion. And everybody was like, what you mean by that? I was like, I'm gonna cause controversy. Cause I know everybody gonna talk about it. If I come out saying, man, I'm the biggest, baddest mother you ever seen right here, but with the coaching, we gonna come in here kicking the dough, drag hall. I'm gonna come in here talking crazy, and everybody gonna hate it or love it. And it worked. Swear to God, it worked. And now to the point where I don't even gotta recruit kids. I got so many kids hit my DM trying to join the team that I gotta turn kids away. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, and I thank God this is, and everybody keeps saying, they can say what they want, but this was God's work. You know what I mean? And I ain't trying to pat myself on the back, but our numbers speak for itself. When we started this thing in 2023 and 2025, we don't put up a lot of good numbers. A lot of great kids came out of the area. We take some kids with some good talent, and we maximize that talent. And we and our job, and me being like a sports agent, calling all these coaches around the country, trying to get all my kids in the school. I don't care if she run a 12-8. I'm trying to get in the NAIA somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, That's what we do it for. At the end of the day, I pride myself on trying to get these kids into school. We do all the the glitz and the glam, and we want to be competitive. But my job as a coach and why I do this and why I love this and why I think God used me as a tool to help these kids is to help these kids get to the next step in life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we are now. I'm the track hall head coach, and that's my little bio.
Cool.
Yeah, when you came out of the track halls, man, that chant was, I was like, man,
Oh
damn,
yeah.
why we gotta listen to them chant all the time, man? This
Yeah.
some love right here, man. But then after a while, I was like, man, he got fast kids, but you gotta know how to coach to keep them fast. So I was
Yeah.
like,
That's
then
it.
I started having more respect for you. I'm like, all right, well, he got to know something, and he got to be doing something to keep them fast, because it's everybody can get fast kids and they can't, but
Yeah,
the question
yeah,
is like, can you keep them fast and can you get them faster? And if you can't do
Right.
that, then shoot, you doing a disservice to everybody. But then when I saw you, I think what was her name? I think her name was Shawnee.
Shawnee Ingram. Yeah,
Yeah, the
Shawnee
one that won that first 200 that
indoor
she won that
nationals.
indoor title, yeah.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
she came out smoking for outdoors. I was like,
yeah.
damn, okay, P, you okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was one of my
you all
big
right.
dogs, man. Yeah, Shawnee, that's my girl. She a freshman at state now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, and Coach Newman, you said Demetria Washington. I remember we used to well, Oscar used to run against her when I was in school, man. And we went down to Taco Bell one year. Man, that
I remember
man,
Taco Bell.
that
Yeah.
Joker came out there in a tutu and whooped all them girls, man. I'm telling you, man,
Yeah, 2-2.
she had on a black tutu and just,
Smoked everybody.
man, she whooped the brakes off of everybody, man. And I was like, I mean,
Silent killer.
yeah, she been doing that all year, man. I was like, yeah, no, man. And that was the craziest thing I ever seen, man. And then she came back and won I think she won the 1, 2, and the 4 her senior year. She was, man,
Yeah.
she was a
She
dog,
cold
man.
blooded, bro. I
Yeah,
remember her at
Yeah,
States.
yeah,
yeah,
Man, she ran 52 seconds in high school.
man.
Back
She was
then,
crazy,
with no
tall.
no six packs.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's
she was
about
tall and
5'10",
long too.
5'11".
Yeah,
She a
man.
tall one. She a tall one. She 5'10". Yeah,
Yeah,
Mm.
that's
remember Batgirl Kia was doing that too. She went like 52, 53 in high school. Y'all remember her?
yeah.
What's Kia name? I can't remember Kia. She went to Florida. Then she transferred to
Okay,
Arkansas.
Kayla Davis.
Kayla
Yeah,
Davis.
she's at Arkansas now.
Yeah, she's at
Yeah,
Arkansas with Shanta. She about 5'10", 5'11". You know, that long, fast stride. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we done had a lot of talent come out of the state, man.
Oh yeah, man.
That's why I be beating my chest, man. But between us and between Batman and the track explosion, Charlotte Heat, man, it's a whole and the whole, Jet, Coach Daniels, man, and so many programs, man. I can't name everybody, you know what I'm saying? But it's so much talent they come out of North Carolina, man, that like I said, they gotta put us in that top five no matter what. Men's and women's side. You cannot overskip our state no more because from the babies, man, you can look at some of the babies from our 7, 8 year olds all the way, you know what I mean? Like it's a big deal out here, man. So, we putting this thing together to kind of, beat our chest a little bit and let them know that look, put us in that conversation now. On the
Yeah.
high school level, the youth level, and the collegiate level, and the pro level. North Carolina's tearing it up. You know what I'm saying?
No
So
doubt.
yeah, man.
Where we at with it?
Yeah, man.
Did you introduce yourself, Coach B? I missed my dog introduction.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. I was first,
Yeah,
and
you was
then
late,
Okay,
brother.
okay. I missed it. I mean, I want to. Since I didn't get to, in here, me and Coach Newman, y'all, if y'all had seen, me and Coach Newman met each other mutually when I first came into the track game. Me and Tim go back to college, man. We used to compete against each other back in the day. Me and Coach Brandon, me and Coach B met, my first year coming in the game, man. There's been mutual respect for these guys. 'Cause, of course, when we line it up, of course, we want to beat each other, but when it comes to just and real knowledge and real coaches, man, I got love for all you guys and respect the craft that you guys do. I always watch what you guys do and always trying to tweak something, man, and learn from some of the greats. Because like I said, real coaches are sponges, man, and we never stop learning.
Oh
You know
no.
what I mean? When you get
absolutely.
when you get that ego, when you think you know it all, and I got a set method, that's when you're gonna start getting your doors blown off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and we all got that, that mindset. As soon as the season is over, after that, we might take our little breaks, but then we come right back into the lab and what can we tweak? What can I fix? What can I do? What can I have did better as a coach? You know what I mean? Like so.
And to bounce off that. you got to keep learning because you always get new athletes, and every athlete is different.
Very
Mhm.
different.
So
Yep,
you
correct.
gotta learn. Like you gotta always learn because you're always getting somebody different.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep.
So
Can't coach everybody the same, man, because
you can't,
they not
bro. I had to
they
learn.
ain't gonna use them same.
I had to learn that real quick. You cannot
Real.
coach everybody the same. Everybody got different cues.
Yep.
Yep.
Some workouts you got to modify for different. Some people
Mhm.
can't take the lactic. Like I can't give everybody what Maya get. Maya can do 10 200s, but I mean some of my athletes can't do before it. And
Yeah.
you got to develop them until that. So it's crazy, man. You just got to keep learning and also share too. I know a lot of coaches don't like to share. They don't like to share no info. And
Mhm.
a
Gatekeeping.
lot of gatekeeping, man. It's
Yep.
crazy, man. And
Yep.
it wasn't. It's God give us the knowledge, man. So it ain't ours to keep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't ours
Yeah.
to hold. You know.
Yeah.
You
You
know.
know,
So
when I first moved to Fayetteville, I saw a lot of talented athletes. But you know, I'm the type of person, and I just share candidly, I will never go to anybody's kid and start critiquing. I'll go specifically to the coach and be like, "Hey, coach, you may want to do A, B, and C, because I see X, Y, and Z, and they can't get the Z because they still at A,
Mhm.
and because they at A, you still at M trying to get to Z, and you ain't even perfect A and B yet. So, oh, okay, and then they'll unlock that A and B, and then boom, they move it. So certain things like that, specifically for me, I'm always in, what I'm saying, I'm always in that realm of, hey, I'm sharing. Hey, you're a young man right there. You know what I'm saying? His hips is tight. Reason why you're telling him to lift so hard is because he's not getting his knees up. The reason why he's not getting his knees up, probably his core or his hips are tight. So those are the few things that, kind of cues I would tell a coach, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Bring him off the track, you know what I'm saying, off the time, and then just kind of get some work in. You know what I mean? So just certain things like that. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest in the back chat.
Who's
Y'all ready
that?
for
bring them on. Let's do it.
What city
that?
they out of?
We got a young man from the 704.
Hey, hey.
We got a young man from the 704. Let me bring him up.
Ah,
Yo,
How y'all doing?
what's
What's
happening,
going on?
boy?
Nothing much.
bionic
Let's get this man.
power.
Hey, let's get this man a clapping introduction, man. You feel me?
Hey,
Big
EB.
big dog, Mr. Boykin.
How you doing, Coach?
What's
What's
going
up,
on,
man?
man? How you
Good,
feeling?
man. We good. We good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Just been taking a load off. I got back from San Diego. I think it was the other day. So been just
Nice.
trying to rest. You know what I'm saying?
Good, good,
Cool,
good.
cool.
Who want to go first?
Oh yeah, man. Well, I
Oh,
guess
oh, oh, first,
I'll
we gotta introduce him though. Let's
yeah,
introduce him.
introduce him. Yeah, go ahead, Newman. You the introduction, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Newman. Who we
Nah,
got right
I'm
here?
gonna let Coach P handle this one.
All right, man. We got your 2025 and multiple other years NCISAA 100 meter, 200 meter, what 4x1 and 4x4 state champion. Is that right, Mr. Evan Boykin?
Yes, it is. Won the 400
Yeah,
last year too.
with the 400 last year, man, one of the fastest of all times. 100, but these are his PRs. We got 100-meter dash, we got 10:47, 200-meter dash, 20:93, 400-meter dash, 47:4, indoor 300-meter. 300 is 33:70, 33:43. He's number 3 all time in that. He also went 6'7" in the 60 and 6'2" in the 55. Does that sound right, Mr. Boy?
6'3", but I got
Six
close to
six
6'2".
three. Six
Six
three.
three.
Okay. 6'3" low. 6'3" low. Man, one of the greats, man, is a University of Kentucky commit. I bring to you guys one of the goats. When I say one of the goats, I say he's on the one of the top all time in North Carolina, which he is one of the goats, man. Mr. Evan Boykin, man. Let's
Yes,
give him a
sir.
round of applause.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. So, all right, Coach Newman, you can start with the questions, Coach.
All right, Mr. Boykin, man, it is a pleasure to have you on here once again. My first question to you is, what event is your favorite event? You just do
Oh,
everything.
That boy do everything. He do everything, and we might run the 800, man.
What's your event, man? Like, if you just had to specialize, or you call yourself like, yeah, this is what I do. This is my baby. I don't
I
care. I may
say,
not be good in it. What is it?
it's got to be the 200. So I remember
Man,
all
two.
throughout my life. I mean, because I've been running since I was 10 years old. I've been running
Yeah,
since the
man.
very beginning. And that 200 every single time, I mean, I have the most fun in it. I mean, the 100 is cool. The 400 is cool. I can run it. I know I'm good at it. I know I can compete in it, but that 200 when I get on that line, I just feel like I have the most fun with it, you know?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Good,
Is
good.
that because you feel like the 200 gives you more time to excel your superpowers when it comes to your sprint tech, your actual type of style of way you sprint, or do you just love that one just in general?
I I feel like I can mix a little bit of both in because I mean I know the 100 I mean the 100 I mean I don't have the best start ever. I know that for sure. I know I can get when I get up to accelerate and I can do pretty good. So
Mhm.
in for that reason, yeah, I feel like the 200 is a little better because I'm 6'4", almost six
Yeah.
five. So
Hmm. Yeah,
once I get up and
Usain Bolt
going,
height, man. You Usain Bolt big. Y'all gotta know this, man. This guy is 6'5", man. Nothing but straight muscle. How much you weigh?
I'm about 200, 205.
Come on, man. This guy 6'5", 205, man, and running this fast, man. Y'all gotta understand for the people that don't know that just tapped in, y'all. You can stand out. He's a walking giant on the track.
So I feel like once I get up to speed, once I can use that height, lengthen my legs out, and once I get going, I get going. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's hard to keep up once I get to about 150.
Oh yeah.
Now, from what I recall correctly,
Hmm.
you trained with Coach James Daniels. Now,
Yes.
how did that interaction? How did that come about? And how is it training with Coach James Daniels?
So I gotta start off. So Coach Ralph is my main coach. Coach Jones. He trains Jones Elite Training in Charlotte,
Yeah,
and
Coach Jet.
through
Yep.
through him is how I got connected to Coach Daniels. Because what they'll do is they work together. They both work together, and they both train me at the same time. Through Coach Jones, I was able to get in touch with Coach Daniels, and he's been because he lives all the way out in Greensboro, so
Right.
I'm not able to see him all the time, but I'm able. But he's always been staying in touch with me. He's been helping me with my programs, helping me with my training, but you know, it's been through Coach Jones.
Okay.
Good, good.
Okay. Shout out Coach
Great
Jones.
coaches too. Two great coaches,
Coach
man.
Jones
John,
used
my
to
boy.
Yeah,
yeah
Coach
used to coach
Jones, man. Shout out to Coach Jones. Shout out to Coach.
shout out.
Excuse me. Shout out to Coach Daniels, man. Two great coaches out there, man. Y'all doing the thing, man. We definitely gonna have both of them on the show pretty soon, man. You know, we got to bring them on. Two big dogs in the North Carolina track game for real.
Yes, sir.
Last question on my end. What is your favorite event? What is your favorite workout that you like to do that you know that you're ready?
Oh,
Mm,
so
good question.
we do this. I mean, I don't want to get too into detail,
Yeah,
but
your coach gonna kill you. Give out the too much jewels now.
There's this one workout. This
You ain't got to go into details.
Coach
Just need
Newman
that
trying to get y'all
workout.
sauce over there now.
No, I can I can
Nah,
I
I'm
can
just
get I
messing.
can give something out.
I'm
So
just
this is
messing.
one workout that we do. It's a speed ladder. Um, we do the speed ladder up to we can. There's been times I've done it up to 250. There's been
Mhm.
times I've done it up to 300 or 350, but I remember specifically before Nike Nationals had took a few days off. And Coach Daniels was like, let's get you prepared. Let's get you locked and loaded. So we did. I remember doing a lot of speed ladders to get me ready for that Nike Nationals. And unfortunately, I went there, got hurt, but things happen. But I went into that prelim race. First race I ran 6'8", 6'8" low.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I knew if I were to keep going through that meet, I know that Coach Daniels and Coach Jones prepared me correctly with these speed ladders
Mhm.
for this upcoming meet. So I feel like that's something that really got me in shape, really got me prepared.
I'm gonna share something with you. If
Hmm.
in case you didn't know, I'm a product of Coach Daniels, and I can
Right.
definitively say that that speed ladder works. I
Hmm.
remember when I had got injured and then I ended up running. But long story short, I had to prepare for Pan American Games, and
Okay.
this was back in 2011, and that was one of the workouts that I knew that I was ready to go. And normally, when I would do any of those, and I was hitting times or faster than the times that I would normally do those reps, that's when I
Yeah.
knew that I was ready. So that speed ladder is definitely correct. So I definitely understand exactly where you're coming from. That speed
Yes.
ladder is something else. I agree with you there.
I mean those same. I mean those same. That's literally that same exact thing. I would get under the time. I mean there are. It's not. It's not 100% every rep. I know it. Sometimes it's 80%. Sometimes it's 90%. But as long as I hit under those marks every
Right.
time, stay disciplined to my craft, I know I can get it done at the meets.
You know
Oh
your
yeah.
body's ready. You know your body's ready to respond.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Good.
That's it.
Good.
All right,
Great
y'all. I'm out
question.
of questions. It's on y'all.
I got
I
one.
just wanted.
Okay, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead, son. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was at the meet. Well, even with last year, him kind of you kind of having injuries, kind of going through injury. How do you keep yourself motivated and just just keeping your faith through all the different mishaps, man? Because I mean, I was at Nike when you
Mhm.
were, bro. I know you would with 20 point. I was right there when you did it. I was on the side cheering for you. And when you went down, man, my heart just dropped, man, because I know, you just work so hard, man. And, it's for you and for Jones, for Daniels. But what keeps you motivated through? What kept you motivated, and just to get through these different trials and tribulations and stuff like that?
Well, I'm gonna
With your
start.
injury.
I'm gonna start by this. I'm a man of God. I'm a Christian man
Yeah,
of God, and that's the main thing that, especially after that moment, I was like, I gotta keep my faith in Him. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I have gotten hurt so many times. I know other elite. If you're an elite athlete, you would know
Yep.
you're gonna get hurt a lot. You're
yeah,
going
Part
to
of the
get hurt a
game.
lot. I
Part of
mean,
the
the way
game.
I mean, you can stay in the weight room, you can do all the things, but if you put your body in the wrong position, like I did at Nike, put my body in the wrong position off the bank, ended up getting hurt. So I know I've been through this situation so many times where I already knew what to do. I already knew that I had to go through the levels. My coach Jones has a level program for me. I go through each level, and it takes about 6 weeks. Took me about 6 weeks, almost 2 months to get back. But I stayed faithful to the program, and that's all I knew I had to do. Stay faithful to God, stay faithful to my program, and that was it.
that's it. That's what's up.
That was all I had to do.
That's it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, things happen. I mean, I know. I mean, I can't really speak for other athletes. I try not to, but I know that they have went through injuries, and they can say the same. That if
For sure.
they stay committed to what they know, it's all gonna be all right. It's all gonna be all right.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
a
We
question.
all been there.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Uh,
Trust me. I done pulled that right
man,
hamstring.
I pulled
Mine at least
the
four
week
times and left one twice. So I
the
trust
Yeah.
week
me.
the weekend after I ran 10-1, I pulled at the Penn Relays, man. And I remember
Oh.
Julian Dunkley and just being bullheaded. Coach Daniels told me not to run. I was like, man, nigga, you crazy. I'm finna run at Penn Relays.
Mm-hmm.
Penn Relays, you get to watch, you get to, the big
Mm-hmm.
joint. And I got second the year before to Jeffrey
Mm-hmm.
fourth. And
Wait, you ran against Julian?
yeah, I ran against Dunkley. I ran my fastest time against Dunkley.
You know, his son is on our
Yeah,
team.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Nick.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
I
know
talked
that.
to
that's my guy.
he introduced me to his son
Julian
at the
Duck
track
son
meet.
on that on y'all.
Yeah,
Ooh.
his
Yeah,
name is
Fred,
Nick.
yeah,
He's my first
yeah,
leg.
Nick Dunkley. Yeah,
Wow, that's
yeah,
crazy. I used to train with
yeah.
Dunk back in the day when I was young.
So
So
it's crazy.
Nick started running track.
He was
He's
soccer kid.
such a good kid. He's been running track since April, and he already ran. He ran 10:79 and
Ooh.
21:7, 21:6.
That boy
Yeah,
got it in his blood,
he
boy. He
got it
got
in
it in
him.
his blood
Mm-hmm.
now.
He
He
got it.
got
He
it in
got
him.
it. He
Yeah,
got it straight from his dad.
He
and y'all
tall
just
Yeah,
like
ran
his
a
dad.
40
He
40
Oh
tall.
45.
no! Oh no! He like five
sure.
5'7".
Oh, he's short.
Yeah,
He a
Fast
little
turn.
short
Tommy
guy.
turn.
yeah,
Fast. Tommy
yeah. He got
turnover.
that. He got that frequency.
But you know
Yeah.
he's getting going. He's getting rolling.
Yeah,
He's in my first leg. Ran at Pin, especially at Pin relays. He
Yeah.
did such a good job for that first leg.
Yeah.
Such a good job.
And
Props to
y'all won
him.
y'all division up there too, man. Congratulations on that as
We
too. Well,
did.
man.
Yeah,
You
Appreciate
and
yeah.
your
you.
coach, man. Y'all
Yo,
brought that thing home, man. That's great for North Carolina, man. Y'all did that.
Appreciate
Congrats.
it.
I
yeah.
got
But
a
just
question.
going.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Go
I
ahead,
was
Tim.
just going back to that injury, man. I've been there before, man. Definitely. I'm pretty sure we all been there. I just
Yeah.
want to tell you this: keep the faith, man. And keep doing what you're doing. I love what you run. I call you the Bionic Man. Yeah, you wear his glasses, but yeah, man, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Definitely respect your coach. I remember I worked with you last year on your start and stuff like that, man. It's always been a pleasure working with you, man. I'm looking to see big things out of you when you go to Kentucky, man. You got Anderson up there and Coach Green up
Coach
there.
Ferguson.
Yeah, you're gonna be straight. You're gonna
Coach
be good.
Ferguson still there? Coach Debbie Ferguson
Yeah,
still
yeah,
there?
Yes, he
Debbie's
is.
she
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
she
he
my
is.
recruit.
dog.
She's
Yeah.
recruit. She recruit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was
She
she
was
was
a
a
dog
dog.
on the track.
Yeah.
What?
She was a dog.
What?
Yeah.
She used to
Yeah.
represent the Bahamas every
10-8,
year going to
10-8,
the
10-9.
yeah, 10-8, 10-9, 11 flat, her whole career.
Shay,
She gonna
she's
be in
what
the
a
finals.
shade.
You
Look,
better believe it. You can mark.
Yeah.
she's what a shades where you can see her eyes.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh,
That
I
long
remember, dude.
ponytail. She had that long
Yes, sir.
ponytail. Yeah, man, you
Yeah.
got some great coaches, man. So that's what I want to jump into actually is the college thing. So we know you signed at University in Kentucky.
Hmm.
What was what was the final factor that made you say this is where I want to be, this is where I want to go, this is home? Or was it Coach Daniel just said I'm gonna take all my kids and y'all going to Kentucky? How did that work out? Don't lie. Keep it
Nah,
100
nah,
now.
he ain't
We a
say
real
that.
show. We want to know the truth. This a real show. We keep it 100 on this show. We want to know the honest opinion. Did you pick Kentucky or Coach Daniels made you go there? I'm just
No,
joking.
I
I'm just
picked
joking.
Kentucky. I
I'm just
picked
joking.
Kentucky.
I'm just joking, man. I'm just I'm just being honest. So what was the final
Yeah.
factor that made you say this is where I want to go and be home?
So so Kentucky. If y'all didn't know this, I'm asthmatic. I got really bad asthma. I've been having asthma since I was 3 years
Oh, we
old.
didn't know that. I didn't know that. Okay.
I'm a real bad asthmatic. So I'm just getting over sickness. I get sick every month pretty much.
Oh
I'm just
wow.
getting over it right now. So
Wow.
I had a chance to meet Christian Coleman, go train with him in Kentucky for a day or two, and just get a tour of Kentucky because at the time I didn't know this, he was training there with Coach Hall before Coach
Coach
Anderson
Hall.
got there.
Okay.
So we took a tour around there, and ever since then, I fell in love with Kentucky. Fell in
Yeah.
love with it. I
Yeah.
I made it. I made it my dream that I'm a run the times I need to run to get to this school because it's my favorite school. So
That's good.
over the summer, ran that 20.9, ran those
Yeah.
10.5s,
Yeah.
and they reached out to me. I was at a training showcase. I think you were there, Coach. Were you there, Coach Walls? It was a training. It was
At
like
the
a little
training
training
showcase
thing
they
that we.
had with the coaches came.
Up in
Yeah.
Greensboro. Yeah, up in Greens,
Yeah.
up in Greensboro at Dana School. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's where I met. That's where I met Coach Anderson and Coach Green, and my heart. I remember my heart was beating so fast when I met them. I was like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity. So took a visit up there, fell in love with the guys there, fell in love with the team there, fell in love with the coaches, and I felt like that main thing, the coaches is what brought me there. I was looking at all the other schools, and I was looking at who has the most well-rounded, well-versed, who are the coaches that know what they've been doing it for a long time. That was the main thing. I know
Yeah.
the training rooms are cool, all the other stuff is cool, but I was looking at who are the best coaches,
Who can
who
develop
who can
athletes? Who
develop
can
me,
really?
who can
There you
develop
go.
me the best.
There you go. There you go.
That's what I was looking at. So when I went to Kentucky, fell in love. Honestly, I fell in love. They jumped right to my first place, but I still wanted to look at my other options. So
Gotcha.
I went to Clemson. I went to ECU. I think where else I go? Went to South Carolina, and they were great schools. Props to those coaches. Props to their school. But I
Mhm.
felt like Kentucky had everything for me. I felt like it was home.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Hmm.
And that's one thing we
That's what
try to
it's
tell all
about.
of our. That's one thing all of our us coaches on this panel as well. We try to tell the kids, it's not our decision. It's your guys' decision.
Hmm.
Yep.
Coaches going. I mean, I hate to say this, but some of the coaches going to feed you a dream, and it's going to be a lot of BS. You got to
Yeah.
find a coach that's going to really tap into you, that you feel
Hmm.
that honestly going to have your best interests at heart, that really wants you at that program, and not just putting you scratching you off as a number on their board. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So yeah, man. If you
Yeah,
in that
survival of the fittest.
survival of the
Yes.
fittest. You know what I mean? So, and shout out to you, man, because like I said, Janelle kind of went through the same thing. The school that
Hmm.
you wanted, you always wanted, you put your heart into it, you chased your dream, you knew what you had in mind, and you went and chased that and got that scholarship, man. So, shouts out to you for putting in that work, man. That's a great.
Appreciate you.
And like I said, for fighting through your adversity that you're going through, like this is why we got this platform, man. Me as a coach, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people that didn't know that you deal with
Hmm.
your asthma and your getting sick monthly and stuff like that, and still coming out and being an elite athlete on a national level and always
Hmm.
compete putting your best foot forward no matter what, man. Because when I first came out 2 years ago, I ain't know who you was, and then I seen you on the track, man, and I was like, "Whoo, that boy right there, different boy. Oh my God."
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he the one. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
and everybody was basically telling me, man, he been doing this since he was 10 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like been on a national level since he was 10 years old. So my next question is, with that being said, since you've been running track since you was 10 years old, how do you approach it mentally when you come to your big races, to the Melrose, to the New Balances, to the to the Nike Indoor National? Like, how do you approach to get into the big meets when you're in your big competition mentally? And what's your preparation going into those meets? To like, do you get nervous? Do you have a certain
Oh
ritual
yeah.
that you do? You have a routine? Do you know what tell let us tap into your mind and what your process is.
Oh, y'all wouldn't know this. I mean, when I was younger, y'all, oh my goodness, I remember I was 10, 11, 12 years old. I used to cry. I mean, Coach Will could tell you, I used to run with the Charlotte Heat. Big
Yeah.
props to the Charlotte Heat. I used to
Shout out to Coach
cry.
Will, man.
I used to throw up. Oh my goodness. So now I feel like even going into Nike, I was calm, I was cool, I was collected. I knew what I had to do. I've been doing this for so long. I can't say that I'm unfazed going into these big races because I mean, when I'm
Yeah,
racing against guys like Dom, I'm racing against
yeah,
guys like Janelle, racing against guys like
yeah,
LB. I know I gotta
yeah,
bring my A game,
yeah.
but I've been doing this for so long. I feel like I can go into this race and Coach Ralph just tells me sometimes go out there and beat people. That's all you gotta do. You ain't gotta do nothing flashy. Ain't gotta do nothing special. The time's gonna come to you. Just go out
That's
there,
it.
do what you usually been doing. Do what you've been doing for 8 years, 9 years, and just go out there and beat people. That's all you gotta do.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
What you got for him,
Hey,
Coach B?
I was gonna ask about football because I know
Ah, ah.
you had done football for I think last year I had talked to Jones and I know he wanted you to go through some fall conditioning or fall training, but
Hmm.
I know like mentally you needed like kind of like a break
Yeah.
from it because it can be a lot like going through that fall conditioning. So
Hmm.
it can be grueling because you don't
Gruesome.
really get
Gruesome.
any time. You don't get no time off, and then you go right into indoor and all that stuff. And I know you played
Hmm.
football for a little while. I was just gonna ask like how come you didn't like try to do it again for your senior year? Was it more of a trying to keep from getting hurt, or you just wasn't having fun with it, or what was your
So
mindset on not doing
nah, not
football?
at all. So I've been playing football was my second sport. I played t-ball when I was little, played a little baseball, but football was my first sport. I played tackle football from when I was 5 years old all the way to when I was 13, and then I ended up quitting the sport so I could run track. So going into my junior year, I was just so I remember my sophomore year campaign didn't go how I wanted it to go. I was hurt throughout the entire year. Um, I remember I raced who I raced Kendrick Jones. I raced Kendrick Jones in the final of the
Mm-hmm.
200,
Mm-hmm.
and I fell so far back. And I fell so far back in the race, and I was like, "Oh, this year just hasn't." I was pulling my hamstring pretty much every race.
oh,
And I remember after that year, I was like, I just need a break. I need a mental break. I need to go take my mind off of this sport for a little bit. So I ended up playing football my junior year, but I was gonna play my senior year. But Coach Jones was like, "Nah, you ain't gonna do that. We're gonna go into this fall training, and
Yeah,
we gonna
Jones
hit
ain't
the
gonna have
ground
that,
running.
boy.
We gonna
Now,
hit
hey,
the
look, not
ground
if you
running."
win 20, you win 20.5 as a junior. I would have said the same thing. Dom talking about coach. Can I play? Dom talking about coach. My soccer coach want me to play my senior year. I said, yeah,
Mhm.
right. For you to get out there and I'm gonna kick you in the leg, you crazy. We
You
ain't
know
playing no
what?
soccer.
You know what? I ended up getting an offer for football. I got offered from Campbell for football.
Oh,
Not
that's
very
wow.
what's
many people
up.
know that. Yeah, I
That's
mean, I
what's
was getting
up.
recruited for football, but
What?
Smart move.
I'm so glad that Coach Jones pulled me out of that. I'm so glad
You would have been a
because I
monster. You
ended
would have
up
been a
going.
monster out there, X on that side, boy.
Yeah.
6'5", running 20.9
Put
and a
that
10
hand
2
up.
10 1. Boy, you'd have been. What's your boy from South Carolina? Uh,
Nick Harvey.
Nigga
Nick
Man, you'd have
Harbor.
Carver.
been the new
Yeah.
Nick
Harvey.
Harbor down there, boy. I'm trying to tell you, boy. You'd have been a problem out there on that field.
Yes,
Just
sir.
throw it up. Let them go get it.
Man, I was having fun with football too, but I had to lock in during this track season because I ended up going in the indoor US number 5 in the 300, no top 20 in the country in the 60. So I feel like that. I feel like him. I remember all those times we were running those hills because if I played football, I would have never got the opportunity to train like I did this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I'm so glad that I locked in back in on track, got my mind right, and got my body right. because I ended up going in this indoor and just having one of I had because I've been hurt every indoor. I remember freshman year I pulled my hamstring, sophomore year I pulled my hamstring. Last year I broke my wrist and after
I
football
remember
and I
that.
couldn't run. I
I
ended up
remember
tripping and
that.
falling on the track and breaking my wrist. So I haven't been
Uh,
able to ever have a good indoor season.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
you
that
know
was
me,
that was a
it takes
crazy injury. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember that.
I mean it takes me months to get going already. So you know I'm just so glad that I got the time to do what I need to do.
Yeah. And because you worked out this fall, even when you got hurt indoor, it didn't take you that long to get back.
Mm-mm,
Because you
mm-mm.
had the base, you already had the base up under you,
Yes,
So yeah, man, I'm glad you made that choice too, man. I
appreciate
can't
you,
wait to see
coach.
you on the next level, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
can't wait. I can't wait,
Yeah.
man.
So what are you
Yeah,
running on the next level? Are you gonna be 1-2, 1-2-4, 2-4?
I'm gonna
What?
be. I think I'm gonna do 1-2, but not gonna lie, I don't think I'm done with that 4,
Okay.
cause
Okay.
I had just when I ran that 47, me and my guy Jamal, because he's a football guy, ran
Yeah.
40. He ended up running
That's a
47
big
twos on
boy
my
there.
team. We we absolutely breezed through that 47. We didn't put no. We wasn't straining real hard. We
Yeah.
kind of just trotted through the line, ran 47, just so we can get the points for our team.
Yeah. So
So
you
I
know
feel like
you left
going into
something
the
in the
next,
tank. You left something in the tank in that
I feel
race.
like I still got something in that tank. I didn't run it at states either because I was so sick and
Yeah.
I was dizzy after 100. I was so dizzy. So he
Yeah.
pulled me out the 4, give me a little bit of rest so I could run the 2. But I feel like I'm not done with that 4. I feel like I can run something good in that 4.
I know that's right.
But
Go check them
um,
goals off, man. Keep setting them
Jogging
goals and checking them off.
47.
back to the main question, I feel like when I go to college, I'm gonna be a 1-2 guy, but I'm
Okay.
still gonna be on that 4x4 for
Yeah,
sure. I
they're gonna
really
you
want to
know
hit
you're
that
gonna be on that
4x4.
football. I can't wait to see you in that SEC final next year in that 4x4.
For yep,
Trust me.
just like I've been watching the SECs and it's a lot. It's high competition, but I feel like I'm ready for it.
Oh
I feel like
yeah.
I can go in
Yeah.
there and make an impact.
Yeah, man, God been preparing you this since you was a kid, man. So we definitely think that you're gonna be a factor. All of our top dogs in North Carolina just going to the SEC, Big Ten, Big 12. I think all of y'all gonna represent on the next level, man, especially you, man. So we definitely gonna be supporting you, big dog.
I appreciate it.
real quick, one last question. What are you going to be majoring in when you get to Kentucky?
I'm be
Mm.
doing what am I doing? It's called public health, and I'm
Okay.
be doing it. I'm in a physical therapy track.
Okay. Okay.
So even if track doesn't work out, I've been an athlete for years, so I know I can go into physical therapy, physical training, and I can work on people, work on other athletes, and I know how the body works.
Yeah.
And I've really been interested in health because my mom's a doctor,
Okay.
and
Okay.
that's just been something because I look up to my mom. Look up to my mom in that way because I feel like she's a really smart woman. Just got her she's got her master's, got her
All right.
bachelor's, and
Congratulations on
she's
that.
well versed in school. So in a way I look up to her and I look up to her. So I feel like I can go in there and do something along the lines of.
Good. Good, man. Good. Good. That's awesome.
So
Uh,
That's,
so since you got a twin brother, right? Is there a lot of sibling rivalry on like
oh
how y'all
no,
compete with each other?
oh
Even though
no.
y'all in sport different events, there's like, hey, I did what I was supposed to do in the 100. Like, what you gonna do in these throws over there?
Well, in a way, yeah. I feel like it's like that because we went to the state championship, this indoor, this outdoor, and I was rooting for him to get first because I was like, Aaron, I got first, so you gotta go out there and get first. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to throw in college. He's walking on the Alabama A&M.
Okay.
So I feel
Okay.
like in a way we both pushed ourselves to make it go to that next level.
Good. Good.
What's up, man?
That's awesome, man.
so how do you
Appreciate
feel
it.
now that you're going to a one school and your twin brother's going to another school? How does that make you feel now
I'm
that
I'm a I'm gonna miss him a little bit. I know he ain't gonna miss me as much as I'm gonna miss him. I just know I've been bothering him for such a long time. We always get along, but you know, I feel like we'll end up being okay, being apart.
got it?
I
Okay,
got. I
okay.
got. I'll say. So when is graduation day?
This Saturday I
This
graduate.
Saturday. Okay. So now that this is your last hurrah. You about to put that cap and gown on, man. And how do you feel? What's your emotions taking the next step in life? Are you ready?
I'm so excited. Honestly, I am so excited. I'm I'm so excited because once upon a time I was at the very bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah.
when it came to
Yeah.
like when it came socially, like especially stepping in the track socially,
Yeah.
physically. I was at the bottom of the totem pole, so I feel like going into a place like Kentucky or the SEC where I can grow myself, where I can go against guys I know this guy's way better than me, but I know I can work hard and get to and surpass him. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Just keep setting
that's what
those
I'm really
goals.
excited about.
Yeah, man.
I'm
Keep
really
setting those
excited to get
goals.
there and work hard, challenge myself in ways I didn't even know I could be challenged.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Even in something like my faith, because I know college, there's so many different distractions when you get to college,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Man,
know that
Yep.
I gotta stay rooted in my faith in God.
Yeah, man. Yep. Just do that. Keep your head down. And I'll be trying to tell my athletes, man, when you get there, treat it like you're a professional athlete that goes to
Yes,
school. You know what I mean? Everything outside of class, you treat it like a professional athlete. You know what I mean?
yes,
The books come first, and everything else evolves all around how can I get better in training? You know what I mean? And it's a good thing, you're gonna have those doctors on campus to help you with, any kind of injuries that you got. You got some great coaches. Kentucky's been putting up the numbers for the last 15 years on the track in the SEC, you know what I mean, on the men's side and women's side, man. So, great program, man. And,
yes.
you make North Carolina proud, man. You had a great high school career. You left your mark, you know what I mean? You're going to be in them
absolutely.
record books forever, man. So, big shout out to you, man.
I
One of the
appreciate you,
goats,
Coach.
one of the goats, man. Definitely, definitely. Because you had me and Dom scratching our head a lot of nights, boy, trying to figure out how we going. He in lane 6, we in 5 now. So when you get on this bank now, we had a lot of strategies trying to get around
Hmm.
you, my boy. You know what I mean? But that's an honor and respect out of the great, what you did and how much pressure you bring to the game. Like you said, when everybody know that when you race Mr. Boykin, man, you're gonna have to bring your A game, man. So you definitely put pressure on everybody and left your mark, man. So great job, my boy.
I appreciate you, Coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate all y'all.
Absolutely, man. You're doing a great job, man. So just keep it up, man. And you already know, man. We already gonna be looking out for you. You can reach
Hmm.
out to any one of us, man. You know all of us, man. So you got any questions, concerns, you need some help with something,
Anything,
man.
man.
Man,
Anything.
you got Jones, but you already know
We
you
North
can do
Carolina,
better,
man.
man.
We help
Yeah,
everybody, man. It's
For
all
sure.
love
That's
on
what
this
it's all
side, man.
about.
Oh
Got to
yeah.
yeah.
I
pour,
appreciate y'all.
pour into them,
Yeah.
man.
I
Yeah.
Hey,
appreciate y'all so much.
after your first SECs, we're gonna bring you back on here so that we can holler at you, so that you can kind of
Definitely.
give
Definitely.
us
I
Yeah, you
got
got
y'all.
you got yeah,
You
yeah
know
you
I
got
Definitely.
got
to
y'all.
you got to
Because
give
you
us
are
that
you
now.
you you our first ever YouTube interview, man. So we definitely got to bring you back on next year and do the same thing and give us an update on how's it going and what you're doing, man. So we
I got
appreciate
y'all.
it.
Of course.
Cool. Well, we appreciate you for stopping by, man. Just want to give you peace and love, man, and blessings to you and your family, and your coaches, man. Much success if you choose to do summer track, but if not, you know what I'm saying, much success to your future when you go over to University of Kentucky. But man, get you some rest, and we will see you next time. All right.
I appreciate you. Appreciate all y'all.
All right, Evan, man.
Absolutely.
Good
All right,
night,
man. No
brother.
problem, man. See you
Have a
later.
good
My
evening.
guy,
Good big dog.
All right.
that was good.
Yeah, man. Good guy,
Hey,
man. Real good kid, man. That kid gonna be
Hey,
a
what
good.
asthma,
these cats go through, man.
Bro, this,
You never
asthma,
know.
I never knew that kid be sick. He said sick every month. He still ran. He just ran 10
asthma.
4. Talking about after the race, I ran 10 4. I was throwing up. Like, that's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy. You
Man,
never know what these kids go through.
when that kid finally learned his body,
yeah. I had to
Man,
use y'all. I had to use y'all track. I
man, I'm
go
gonna be
I
bro.
go over to Jones. I go over to Jones all the time to kind of use his track. Uh, sometimes, and I seen him doing like some repeat 150s early this indoor. Man,
That boy
that dude
different, boy.
running, that dude running,
Boy
he was running
different.
up joints like it was a piece of candy.
That boy like
Believe
that boy that boy like a grown
I
27-year-old
mean,
old
just
grown man out there,
smooth,
man. You hear me?
smooth, just
When he ran that
yeah.
20.9 last year, boy, I couldn't do nothing. But I took my shades off. I said, God, that boy a grown man in a 17-year-old body. I said, boy, he different.
Cause he
God.
wearing that he was in that race with Jonathan, wasn't he, when he ran
Him,
that 20.9?
Jonathan, Janelle, that thing was loaded.
Yeah,
Micah, Dom, like man, that thing
yeah,
was loaded, man. There was some dogs in there. You know what I'm saying?
they was
Yeah,
flying
man.
in that race.
Yeah, he pulled it
that
out.
was
did he pull right after that?
Nah,
Um,
I don't know if he
I think he
pulled.
got hurt right after that.
I think he
oh
did,
no
cause
no 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 he was, I think he got hurt at nationals because
yeah, cause
he
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 didn't make
didn't
the
he
finals. He
yeah
didn't
he
make the
didn't run the
finals.
Was it
final.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it
Yeah,
could
I
have
think
been
he
from
tried.
that.
I think he tried. Well, no. Yeah,
I can't remember. We
it
should have
was.
asked him. Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't remember.
cause I remember Jonathan won the one Jonathan got second at regionals and then he won nationals because I think he ran
yeah,
like a 21-0 or something like that at nationals. So yeah, I
yeah,
remember that.
yeah.
That was a good little
That kid.
sequence of
Yeah,
events.
yeah. Kid got a good story. He got a good. He gonna have a hell of a story.
Good man.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Hey, when he run 19-9 and 9 now, none of us in this panel gonna be shocked. We're gonna be like, man, we knew that
Oh
Oh
shit.
nah,
yeah.
Yeah,
nah.
we
We
gonna
knew that was coming. We're
have
gonna
to
be like, man, we
rewind
see him.
the tape
Cause he
and just
really,
see.
Yeah.
yeah, he really ain't had a solid season.
He ain't. He ain't. Once he get that good, them NCAA doctors around him every day taking care of his body, making sure he getting what he need, that extra care. Y'all know how them SEC schools is. Them is professional facilities.
Yeah, they
Yep.
They
And I'm
getting
gonna
All
the
that
tell you,
same
rehab
thing.
and
They getting
treatment
the same
stuff.
thing. Boy, when we went to Tennessee, when I went to Tennessee down there with Kai, and when I tell you the world class facilities, dog, like
oh yeah,
them, Florida, the Georgias of the world, man, it ain't nothing like it,
got
man.
everything they
Ain't
need.
nothing. Every South Carolina, man, they got
Everything they
everything, man.
need.
Everything. It's like literally like I told her, I was like, man, it's kind of like a little city, man. It's like
Yeah,
an army base. You can stay on campus and not go nowhere. You got Chick-fil-A, you got this, you got that. You don't even
yeah,
gotta leave the campus if you don't want to. You know what
right.
I'm saying? SEC got everything that you need, man.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna
I
tell you,
know.
man,
I
like,
know that when I was coaching and training down in South Carolina, I remember watching them at underneath Williams Bright Stadium. They put a smoothie bar and some other like refrigerating items right inside of the weight room. So what they
Mm.
had was in the refrigerator they had fruits, vegetables, and then whatever smoothie you want. So they had like right when they went inside the weight room, they had like a little protein shake that they'll take, and then they'll after they get done working out, they'll get them a smoothie, grab that, and if they didn't have time to get a smoothie, you had those Gatorade. I don't know if y'all remember, but Gatorade had protein shakes and stuff like that. They'll
Yeah,
get
yeah,
that.
yeah.
wow,
I remember that.
wow.
Yeah,
We ain't,
because
we ain't
they
we ain't we ain't get all that when I was in school.
Ah,
It was
Hey,
cooking
look,
for yourself when I was in school.
doggone
Hey,
right.
yeah,
go
Well,
find
saying
go
all we
find
had
your money.
saying all we had a hot box, no AC, and all the weights was rusty, and we was at there getting it in. We had the same weights that Antonio Pettigrew and them had back in the day, man. I swear to God, bro, we ain't had
I
no
believe it.
trade
When I
up, but
first,
we
when I
but,
first,
but
when
we got it out the
Calicio,
mud. We got it out the mud, though. I'm telling you.
Calicio, when you got the ENT, you had it, But bro, when I first got there, bro, go outside to your street. That's how the track look.
You
yeah,
lying
yeah,
for
Oh
real?
yeah, that track wasn't
Bro, we had to go to
ain't that
Dudley, and they track looked like trash.
Oh
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we
wow.
had to go to
wasn't no
so
Dudley,
good,
bro.
man.
That hill
I
that's
thought
in the
I
back
thought
of this.
so. The football stadium been there, but the track won't there.
Oh, the track was concrete.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
wow.
so they
They had
built
a
Yeah,
that
the
middle. They
track
track.
had
was
a middle
concrete
school. They had a
for
middle school track.
for like 2-3 years.
That's
That track was
crazy.
built in 2005, and then they hosted the first meet in 2006.
Let me tell you something, bro. When we got the track, that's when I stayed hurt.
Mm.
We begged for the track, like, yo, we need a track. We get a track. And Space Fam, I'm telling you, brother, these hills is the key, to speed. So I'm like, bro, we ain't got no track. Man, he was like, I'm gonna train you like the Jamaicans, brother.
yeah,
Man, that dude
yeah.
had us
That's why
running
I
them
had you
dang
running
on,
them grass hills,
bro.
boy.
Bro.
But hey, Space is coach,
Plyometrics,
man.
cause you know Space is drunk coach.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I
So we
know.
yeah,
10 hops over hurdles. We
Yeah.
single leg hops. We bounding. We doing all this crazy stuff. I'm like, man, why we jump? We ain't jumpers.
yeah.
Man,
He
Man,
gonna
we got
get,
out there. We
hey,
do.
yeah,
hey,
he gonna get
Space
his
Top
is
end
song.
was
coach,
crazy.
man.
No,
Yeah,
bro,
Hey,
that's why I do it now. I do a lot of hops now because of Space.
yeah,
but
yeah. Same here.
and you know, Space coach Marcus O'Neal when he was in high
Yeah,
school.
yeah,
Yeah,
Marcus O'Neal was
yeah,
what 10-6,
yeah,
10-5, 10-6 when
yeah,
he was in high school. But
yeah.
he was a 24-foot long jump coming out of high school. So
yeah,
when he went to Carolina, everybody was like, damn, we thought you was going over there to A&T with Space. He went over there. So man, that was because I thought about going to A&T, but they ain't have a track. So I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's
ain't doing
crazy.
that, man. I had
Nah,
to.
I was leaving Benedict College in Columbia. I was playing football at Benedict, and that's when I had my partner J.L. Wright with me. Man, I was ready to get up out of there, man. I was like, shoot, anywhere. I mean, it was a good school, but I just knew it was another level. I'm like, man, I need to go D1. And I was, so man, we got there. Shoot, man, I got there. I said, man, y'all ain't got no track.
Yeah, man, Space had some athletes too. Well, he made him some athletes because
Yeah.
when I was in college, he had a hurdler. Frank Bonsu was one of his hurdlers. Man, that joke ran like 13.6 or 13.7
Yeah,
without no
no
track.
track, bro. No track. I'm
Man,
telling. No
Space
lines
was
on the track. No nothing.
nothing. Man,
Bro,
We
Space
had to put down
coached,
the
man.
rubber gravel. We had to
bro.
put down rubber and put white lines to make this lines to do blocks.
Yeah, man.
Bro, our holes was so big at the start at St. Aug. Boy, every starting line, hole like this big, size of your head, right at the middle of the block. You gotta have somebody standing your box in the front block gonna pop up every time. Boy, I mean, we touching gravel. I mean,
Dang.
we touching the ground, boy. You talking about that we left, you know what I'm saying? A couple years later, they got the stadium, whatever, boy. So like I said, they don't have no idea what the HBCUs is going through to get it out the mud for
Yeah.
real, dog.
So that's why, dog, when you go to Nationals, HBCU, you go to Nationals, we beat South Carolina, we beat Texas, boy. We
Yep,
was like,
yep,
yes, sir.
yep.
And Coach Fry, I remember Coach Fry was like, man, because we beat Andre Tottenham.
Oh, okay.
And man, and Coach Fry, we was in the airport. Coach Fry was like, man, them boys got heart. They ain't got shit down there in North Carolina. They ain't got nothing. They barely get some water, and they whooped y'all. Man,
Boys
we were
hungry.
like,
Them boys
oh
hungry.
man, 'cause he was talking jump this dude.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
talking jump. We was like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was real, man. He know what we been through. You know what I'm saying? But we was. I mean, we had Monte. I mean, Jill Wright was Florida State champ. Monte 10-5 out of high school. I
Mm-hmm.
think Titus went like 10-7, 10-6. I went like 10-6 out of high school. So it was just a matter, man. Like that's what the thing about track and field. It don't matter where you come from, bro.
Nope.
Oh,
It ain't no
oh.
like you work hard, man, and put the work in.
Oh
Hey
yeah,
man,
you
it's
can do
gonna
it.
tell it. It's gonna tell it,
Look,
bro.
I was just telling the kids that today. I said, man, D2. I said, all y'all girls go there. Y'all want to go D1. I said, the girl just went 1093 D2. I said, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Go look at 8th place with D2. Well, you tell me, can you make the finals? I
Yeah.
said, the kid D3 just went 1005. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? He run D3. He run
don't
1005.
matter, bro.
I said,
Don't
bro, that don't
matter.
matter what
Don't
level
matter.
you go on. You going to get that smoke on any
Don't matter.
level, dog.
Don't
Yeah.
matter.
All you track, our sport different. All you need is a line, a good clock, and a gun. You know
That's
what I'm
it.
saying? You get that in your time official and a positive headwind. I mean, a positive win. Man, get out of here, man. It don't matter
Yeah,
where you run at, man. If you a
yeah,
dog, you a dog.
That's
yeah,
it.
Hmm.
That's
yeah.
it.
I got one question for y'all though. What's your car doing with running 11-4, man?
Yeah, Tim, what she doing? What she doing
I
right the
don't
level
know.
for,
What the hell
Tim?
going on, man?
I don't
Y'all
know,
tell me.
man.
I'm nervous. I ain't gonna lie. I was
Hey,
thinking, man,
Hey,
11-1, 11-18. I can say, okay, I can
I,
deal with
I
that.
I heard she did a lot of traveling in that time. She went to the Met Gala. Remember, she went there. She was wherever she raced at, she was there, and then she left, and then she came back and ran. And you know that jet lag, it'll get you, man. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
no,
give
my
it a
jet
benefit
lag
of
was
the
my
doubt.
ass.
I'm gonna give it a benefit of the doubt,
I
and
want to see the second one.
let's see the next race.
I want to see the
Let's see the
second one.
next race.
If I
all I'm
don't
gonna
Yeah,
see at least
say is,
11-1, I'm worried. I'm
yeah.
worried.
all I'm gonna say is when you go over to them Asian continents, it don't matter who you are. That jet lag is gonna beat you down.
Every
Okay.
time. Huh?
I'm like,
So you
okay,
give it a benefit of the doubt.
I'm giving benefit of the doubt, but I'm on the fence because also you got to remember who's down there with her, who just
hmm
moved down there, her boy. So I
Yeah,
think that like when
And
you
he
come
running bad too.
yeah.
when you got your significant other, everything is all
It's
comfortable.
different.
So you showing up to practice comfortable. You
Yeah.
kind of going through workouts. Everything is
I don't know.
laughing.
I don't know. I don't know.
Talk to him,
No,
Coach B.
no.
Talk to him,
Hey,
Coach B. They
hey,
sound
no.
biased. They
Hey,
sound
no.
biased to me.
Hey, Noah Lyles had Janelle Broomfield down there. He won that Olympic gold down there with Janelle. Now Janelle ain't
Yes,
run
sir.
that fast. She did okay. She ran what 51 something like that. Was it split or
Yeah,
whatever?
for
But
Jamaica,
no,
yeah.
Noah
Well,
Lyles, hey, he did what he supposed to do. So hey,
yeah.
you got, but
Well, well,
you're a
well,
professional, so you gotta, you
well.
know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to compartmentalize and do what you're supposed to do in there.
Yeah. Well,
But this is her. Okay, so they was
this my
talking.
thing.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I'm a product of Tim Hall, bro.
I don't think he
I,
should have left. That's all I'm
I
gonna
don't,
say.
I don't, I don't like the move. Not that late in the game. Now I did feel like Coleman needed some practice competition because I've seen him in practice. When he get up top, pop, 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 pop. But in the media, look totally different, and I think that comes from not being able to,
Yeah.
practice with
Not
anyone. So
being
I
next.
did kind of. I always told Tim. I always asked Tim, "You think you need some, somebody to train with?" And he kind of tried to let him train with some of the college guys sometimes. But when you're in the system that long,
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
might well stick it out, bro.
Yeah.
Yep. And They
You
they
know,
talked
It's
to
hard though, but y'all
and
know
let
as
me
an
tell you,
athlete, yeah, but as an
Paul.
athlete,
Yeah,
we have those thoughts. We have
yeah,
those
yeah. And
emotions.
Coleman's he's a
You
cool
know what I'm
guy, man.
saying? Like
Yeah,
it's been multiple years now
yeah,
that he ain't sealed the deal in the finals. We all know that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He looked good in the prelims. He looked good in the Prefontaines and the so ons and the overseas meets. But when it comes to Olympic trials or it comes to Olympic finals or making an Olympic final, that's what we have an asterisk by Coleman. We all know that. This ain't no disrespect. Like I said, we gonna keep it real in this goddamn podcast. Excuse my language.
Oh,
You know
for
what I'm
sure,
saying? But we gonna
for
keep it
sure,
real. But this is my
for sure.
opinion. I just feel like he gotta get that one because in the time is ticking. Well, how old is Cole? How old is he? How old is Tim?
like
I mean,
28, 29
About
something.
how
28,
old-
29.
yeah, man, you
Yeah.
get 30,
Yeah.
you 31, that thing start going down. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You gotta get 2-3 years
yeah.
left before you can put it together. Maybe one Olympics left. You know what I
All I
mean?
know
So
is, all I know is, with Tim Hall, every step is calculated, bro.
yeah,
I mean, I got I was blessed to get some of his step pattern stuff, brother. I was every step is calculated.
I believe it. Yeah, nothing against coach. Yeah, coach is the greatest. But
Every step is
ain't nothing
calculated,
nothing against
and
their relationship. But
when you like, I'm gonna just put it this way: when you're that late in the game, stick it out, bro.
gotta stick it
It's
out.
tough. It's tough to switch systems, man.
Yeah,
And with a lot of different people, you don't get that one on one.
in your ear. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
That one on one, just that digging and that technique, just that them
Yep.
ingredients, man. I
Let
hated
me
it.
add
I hate.
He not the main
Yeah,
focus down there. It seems like
Yeah.
Kenny might be the main focus now. And then
yeah.
they said
I've never seen Chris Coleman get beat for 30.
Let me add
He
this.
get beat. He get beat at 30 now.
mm,
Yeah,
Let me
that's
add
true.
this. Let me
No,
All
bro.
season,
You
all
gotta make,
season,
hey, bro.
all
Bro, you gotta.
season. I
Hey,
seen three
call,
races.
man.
Three races at the 40-meter mark. He not winning.
Yep. Yep. But let me
yeah, he
add
ain't
this.
there.
I ain't never seen it, bro.
I'm gonna also add this as well. When them shoe companies start to look at you and you was once this, and then you take 2 years off, and then and then you're doing this,
That's
them
true.
shoe companies gonna be calling like, all right,
But look, but he
And
still look.
and
Hold on,
Dennis
hold on, hold
Mitchell
on.
is a Nike coach. Dennis Mitchell's a Nike coach.
That's true.
right,
But look at this. Even after the 2-year suspension, he came back and went 82.
that
He
part,
came back and went
Yeah,
83. He
part,
made every final.
yeah, he did.
I agree.
Hall
But
still got him back.
right,
It's hard to do that.
no,
I think
I
that was
agree.
I think Nike might have made that move, man. I
Yeah,
think Nike
because
No,
might have.
he ain't make that move.
hey,
He
No,
did. That was
no,
his. Well,
no,
well, that was just a personal his
no,
emotions. Then that was just him and
no.
his emotions. And we can't judge what that man was going through. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like nothing against Coach Hall. We know he one of the greatest, bro. Everybody once you even mentioned that he
Yeah,
coached Christian
yeah,
Coleman for that long.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But
yeah.
you know how same thing happened with Veronica. Not Veronica Campbell. What's the other girl from Jamaica? Yeah, no, not Veronica Campbell. The other girl.
Lane Thompson,
Not Shelly. Not Shelly. The
Sharika,
other one.
Elaine.
Not Sharika. Well, Elaine. Elaine
Elaine.
Lane,
switched.
Lane.
When
Lane
Elaine
Thompson.
left, she was never the same.
Yeah,
When
Oh
she
yeah,
left her camp,
she started training with her
her
husband
husband,
started coach.
her
Yeah,
yeah,
damn husband.
They
yeah.
didn't
I was
want to
like,
pay the
But
money. They
yeah,
didn't want to pay the man, the coach, the money, man.
but then
yeah.
she went back to somebody else. They got her
She went
down
to she
to
went to a
10 something.
representative that was in the same coach's Frano, but she never still ain't
Yeah,
got better.
It ain't
yeah.
Freno, baby.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go back to the person who knows your pedigree. But
Thank
but
you.
Mhm.
you get
And that's
athletes
the
that's like that.
thing. And we as coaches know this. When you got an
Yeah,
athlete for multiple years and you've seen the development, and you know the strong points and the weak
yep,
points of this athlete.
yep,
You know going into day one of every season what they okay. I know they probably went back to that bad mechanics. I'm gonna hit on that the first day. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Like
hmm
we are
Mhm.
as that's part of the development, man. And like I
yeah,
said, and like I said, again, this ain't got nothing to do with Coach Hall. I'm actually getting off the Christian Coleman. I mean, Christian Coleman conversation. Just going, just speaking in general. You know what I'm saying? So, with the mindset to me, as with my philosophy as a coach is I want to take your weak points and make them stronger. Take them and make them stronger than your strong points at the current moment. How can I take your weak points that I have to develop and make them better than what we're already doing good at? Because if I can
yeah,
do that or at least average it out, I feel like we gonna that's when the times are gonna drop and we gonna progress. You know what
right,
I'm saying? And then and that's how I kind of look at with all my athletes, really, from 1, 2, 4 guys, and me and my coaching staff, how we break it down, and that's pretty much what the focus is. You know what I mean? Even going into the transition now from going from high school to summer track is okay. I got my board, I got my athlete. Okay, what did they do in high school? Then I go look at mile split. Let me go look at the race count. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Did they coach kill them? Did they run the 1, 2, 4x2, 4x4 every meet? Y'all know how it go. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this kid, I gotta scale it back. We're gonna start off in the grass for the first 3 weeks, going into summer track. You know what I mean? This kid right here, I know they can add more reps or run some more forwards to get strong. Stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
So what's your
They don't put them 4x2. They don't put the relays as much in my split. They might put it in
they
athletic
don't
on it. Nah,
athletic?
man,
I
because
take both though.
well,
Sometimes
you know how well I kind of figured it out. Well, they don't put the 4x2s in there because like if you look at Quincy Wilson's kind of his year rep count or whatever. That like
hmm
everybody's like, well, Quincy's racing too much and he's doing this and he's doing that, but it's like if you look at his race count for this year,
hmm
it's pretty much the same as it was last year. And
last
you
year.
you can't really see like what kind of relay counts he's doing. And then when he lost that race in Florida, or he got walked down or whatever in that
Yeah.
4x4, it was like,
Mims,
oh,
Sims, Horton Mims.
yeah, they was like, man, he racing too much. He's doing this and he's doing that. But it's like, uh, not really. I mean, he won the open four, so he still ran pretty well. But like, my thing was like, all right, so if Quincy's in this race, so what? He lost to this guy. Maybe there, you don't know what his training schedule looks like. You don't know what his rest schedule looks like. You don't know what his diet looks like. You don't know anything outside of what he's doing in that track meet. And then like he's basically he's an Olympic level athlete. So what if they're using that track meet as a high level training program for him? So he can't get somebody to pull him around the track at practice because the nigga run 44. So it's like you ain't gonna get no
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get
Yeah.
a high school kid to run, close to that in practice. So what if they're using, some of these relays, or they're putting a little bit of volume on him on the weekend so they can kind of get him ready to be ready for the summer. And then once he comes out of that, then he's all right. But it's
Yeah.
like, everybody is an internet coach and like, man, he should be doing this and we gotta fix his
Chat
form. And
GTP.
yeah, and it's like,
That man
hey,
ran 44. He don't need to be doing nothing but what his coach tell him to
yeah,
do.
his
Yeah.
form got him 44.3 or 4 or whatever he
I keep
ran.
it the
It's like,
same. 44-2.
yeah, and ain't none of y'all coach nobody that's run faster than a 47, and now all of a sudden y'all want to fix somebody. And then they talk about Coleman too. Man, Coleman ain't this, and he don't got no speed endurance. Like, bro, he ran a 9.8 last year. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what
And
are
he
you
ran
talking? And he
19,
went
and he ran
19. Then he went
19.8.
19-8. Then he went
19.8 after
19-8.
that. You can't run
It's
no
it well,
19.8
well,
without no
well,
speed
well.
endurance.
This is what it is. It's not his speed endurance, it's his coordination at the end of the race. Ben, it was he was getting out of position.
At the end, he get to beat the
Because
drum.
because the 19 showed you that he has speed endurance.
Yeah.
Hall
yeah,
trains him for the 1 and the 2.
Yeah.
Charles Hall just don't train him for the 1.
Yeah.
And Hall interval work is have you thinking about life.
Stretched out.
right,
It'll
right.
have you think about life, bro. That was the best shape I ever been in. So, it's see that 100 is a rhythm too. The 100 is a rhythm.
It
Can you
is.
stay in position after 60?
Access.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
I
that's what was
like.
happening. If you look at Coleman, he was crashing
He reaching. He
at the
reaching
end of
for
his
it.
races. He was getting out of position. So what they
Them
did,
hips
like,
are getting behind
yeah,
him.
Yeah.
remember when him and Noah Lyles ran that first 60 last year,
Yeah,
and Noah Lyles got him because
got him. Yeah,
he out positioned him.
yeah.
I talked to Hall that same week. Oh no, I'm gonna clean that up. Oh, we gonna clean that up. I know what he doing.
They want the world. They
He
want the
gotta
world.
he gotta.
He
Hey,
got him.
Hall like to say this. He gotta stay on top.
Yep,
Next
Yep.
week,
yep.
Yep.
Hey, he won that world
gold,
title.
Yeah.
gold.
I
So
can. I
it's
can
just
defend.
about it's just about composure. Can
Yeah.
you stay in position throughout the whole race? It really ain't speed. You can't. That's disrespectful. It ain't got no speed endurance. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nah. I agree with you because when I went to Larry Wade out in Las Vegas and I was training with Larry Wade, Coach Larry Wade, shout out to him. And we was sitting here we were doing work, but he's real specific and technical. He messed my brain up. But one thing he did, he was like, what we're gonna do is we're gonna run 10s, 20s, and 30s, 60, 80s. We're gonna work these kind of workouts. He's like, all right, you're gonna go to Cerritos, you're gonna run. I was like, wait a minute, what? So long story short, I get there and he called me. He's like, Newman, your first 60 is gonna be the fastest you ever had. Now that last 40, hold on, stay in position. And when I tell you, like when I stood up, I got to about 80, I was swimming like this. Never been in front. Like everybody, like, bro, you was on pace to run 9 something because there was cats that was running 9.9 that was in my race that I was way out in front. The finishing time was 10 flat, was like 10:01, 10 flat, something like that. And I ended up running like 10:07 at that meet, swimming at the race, but I was
Yeah.
leading the first 60. If I would have held that, you know what I'm saying, that would have been something special. So,
Yeah.
so the
You pressed.
like
You pressed.
caveat to
Yeah.
what Tim was
Yeah.
saying, like I
Posture
agree.
integrity.
Yeah,
Posture
Yeah,
man.
integrity, man.
You can't.
is
You
everything.
can't get no faster at
And,
60. You
but
know what I
that's
mean?
strength. That's strength too. You got to remember
Exactly.
Mo Green, and them boys are strong. Mo
Yeah,
Green
Very.
was able to hold. He was able to hold his sternum forward the whole way. That
the whole
slight
way.
sternum
Yeah,
lean. Oh
yeah,
God,
yeah,
dog. One of the
yeah.
best
And
dog. Mo Green. Bolt is extremely fast in the world. But Mo Green's still my favorite.
that's I say that
He's
to
still
this
my
day.
favorite. He's still my
Bro,
like just
let me
style.
tell you guys, let me tell y'all how I really outside of Trevor. But I tell you, I watched his 2000 Olympic trials, 100-meter semifinals and finals with the red and black spikes, with the red and black Nike uniform
And that
at
silver.
least in that, yeah, and at least 10,000 times when I was in high school. What VHS on the couch, rewinding the first step, just looking at the angles,
Yep.
looking at how he just pulled and he so strong
Special.
and
Special.
like you said, that slight forward lean and how he was able to snap every step up under the hip. Boy, that thing
Every
was
step
beautiful.
count.
To this
Every
day,
step count, bro.
Mo's still my number one of all time. Of all time, Mo Green. And I like Bo. Bo my number two. But I still got some posture things that I didn't like about Bo. He just had an advantage because of to me of his stride frequency. You know what I'm saying?
He's just
Um
a freak.
He's just a freak. He's just an alien.
Yeah.
He from
Yeah.
Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? That boy
Yeah.
from Wakanda. You feel me? So but like you was just picking up off of that, coach. But Mo Green, that's my all time with number one, man. Him
I agree.
and I'm gonna say
Bolden.
Bolt, and then third, my favorite is probably behind him is Osaka.
I love Alto.
Oh
I
yeah,
love Alto Bolden.
Auto
crazy.
Alto
was
was a
number 2.
technician.
Otto
All
was
them
a
Yeah.
that whole
He was
technician.
a
HSI,
technician.
that drive and
Technician.
just
Yep.
they
Hey, shout out to John Smith. Coach JS used
yeah,
to have them
Yeah,
boys
man.
rock.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that era. I mean, dog, think about it. Look at this, y'all. Mo Green started a trend and is still doing it today. The
No,
head
no,
down.
not even. John Smith created the drive
No, 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 no,
phase.
no. That's what I'm saying.
John Smith
He
created
was a
that,
product of John
bro.
Smith.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. He was the
But
one that he maximized it, but we got to
yeah,
get credit to the coach who
of course,
created the drive phase.
of
Yes.
He
course,
went back
of
and saw
course,
the physics
of
and the
course.
angles. Because
Yeah.
Yes.
we know Carl Lewis was popping up at 15 meters.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
Ben Johnson,
Yeah, Ben Johnson, Linford
He
Christie,
Linford
all
all
Christie,
things.
Linford Christie, all them
Leroy
boys.
Burnell,
Diesel too, man.
Man, them
Yeah.
boys popping up. They running 75, 85 meters. You know what I mean?
Nintendo. They were Nintendo
You know.
runners. They were,
So when that drive phase came into the perspective, man, that thing changed the game, boy.
Yeah.
look,
Yeah.
and then now you got Christian Coleman with the drag. Look at the trends.
Yeah, it
You
keeps
got Mo
evolving.
Green with the drive phase.
Yeah,
It keeps
Then you got
evolving.
then you
everybody
got
can't everybody
not
can't
now
do that
everybody
toe drag.
dragging now. It's crazy how time and stuff evolve, man.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yep.
these
Yeah.
kids ain't strong enough to do no toe drag, man.
Nah,
No,
they ain't.
they
Mm-mm.
really not. They
Yeah,
really
cause
not.
what,
Nah.
cause they what they do is like they be like, oh, I gotta drag my toes, so then they drop their hips to
Yeah.
dig their foot
Then
into the
then
ground, and
everything
then
Yeah.
look. Then that whole step collapse.
yep,
Yep.
Right.
and then they can't bring their foot through fast
Fast
enough or
enough. Yeah.
far enough, and then it winds up coming through halfway, and then that whole acceleration
Got to
pattern
be
is all
strong.
messed up.
Coach B, break
Yes,
that
sir.
down for the people in layman terms that don't understand what we saying in track. We speak in track foreign language to some of these people and coaches, man. Break that down on what the process is when it comes to executing a proper start or you know
Oh
or
shoot! Tim might be better at that than I am. I'm just hanging on, man.
come on, coach,
Go
don't do me
ahead,
like
I'm
that.
just hanging out, man.
Don't do
I'm
me
just
like that. Go
nah,
ahead,
but you
yeah, I'm
know,
just
Tim.
yeah,
hanging
come
out,
on.
man.
We talk
Nah,
about it
so
all the time.
yeah, so what they do? So we trying to get out. We want low heel recovery, but they mistake low heel recovery for a toe drag. So
Yeah.
Yep.
when that
Here we
toe
go.
comes, the the back foot should come through low across the ankle so that knee can swing forward and then step down. But
Wow.
they think that if they put their foot down, it's gonna help them have low heel recovery. So what it does is it points that foot back, then it drags along the ground, slows the knee and the foot down from coming through, so they can't complete the swing forward. So it only comes halfway or a quarter through, so they can't get the knee drop all the way up, so the thigh switch can happen in the front. So the thigh switch winds up happening in the back, so they can't get enough um lateral
Limbs
force
with
to
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah the
You
leg
can't
swing to
switch your
come through.
limbs, but yeah.
Yeah, so they can't step down. So and then also they drop their hips because they think their foot's supposed to be down, so they they dig their foot into the ground, which causes their hips to collapse. So then they
Yep.
can't really swing it through.
Yeah.
Then they gotta dig out of a hole. Then they wind up having to pop up to try and run. So now they're running for 95 meters instead of staying up tall, coming through low, but high enough where their knee can swing through and step down, so their torso can stay in the right place with their hips, behind a little bit, so they can step down behind and then
Yeah.
gradually come up. And then
Yeah.
they start panicking and they want to stand straight up and then start running. So everything's
Right.
all messed up from trying to do something that they saw on the internet or
There you
something,
go.
Yeah.
instead of
There
being
you go.
patient and working through the accelerative patterns that their coaches give them.
Right.
Like, nah,
There
I
you
ain't tell
go.
you to do all that. Just be patient and run your race,
And
man.
watching videos.
Yeah,
Thank
why
you.
you
Yeah.
Thank
why
you.
you trying to
Well,
do something you seen
the
on
low
TV, man?
and
Thank you.
the low hip recovery is a byproduct of good hip extension.
Yep.
If
Yep.
you extend, if you push your hip, if you get your hips in place off the block, it's going to come through low.
You ain't got no choice but to push back and
You
to
look
put
at
your
Ben
foot.
Johnson, all of them. I mean, they have
Yeah.
so much
Yeah.
hip extension that
Yeah.
I mean, your limbs have to move through, or you
Yeah.
gonna fall.
Yeah. You got to. You
So it
gotta
should
keep.
be a byproduct
Yep.
rather
Yeah.
than you just trying to do it.
I tell the kids all the time, man, you gotta push those hips into the point where you at such a when they stumble, oh, I almost fell. I said, that's good. You know
Yeah,
why? Because now you gotta find that sweet spot.
I ain't got to speed it up
Now,
now.
now you got to speed it up and get that arm extended so you can hold this angle and push through the hip. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Everybody they might push one, but on two, three, and four,
Yeah, yeah,
or
they
but maybe
start back.
one and two,
Yeah,
it's a half a push. Or they,
yeah,
they
Yep.
don't want to extend it. They trying to rush the phase. And I tell them, yo, this part right here, you got to be so patient. Even though it's a fast race, that
You got.
first that first 30 meters is the most patient part of the race.
Yep.
You know
but
what I'm
and,
saying?
and I'm gonna tell you something early that you got to do in fall training is bounding. because bounding is going to teach you to be patient,
Yep.
and it's going to teach you to pull it through low like you need to.
Yep.
You got to do the bounding. You got to do that stuff that's going to prepare you for the
hmm
push. You know
hmm
what I'm saying? The
Like
sled pulls, the
Yep.
sled pulls and stuff like that.
Them split
You know the
squats, them
T Apex. You
Bulgarian
know
squats, them
yeah,
everybody ain't
all
got a
that,
T
man.
Apex, but you know the
yeah,
Yeah.
sled pulls. The bounding is key, bro.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
think the bounding is the best thing to do
yep.
as far as
And
getting ready for a drive phase.
That's
it
one
also
thing I
teaches you
picked
for
up.
patience.
That's one thing I
Yeah,
picked up from Bat program when I was watching Bat. I actually my kids ran indoor with Bat back about 6 7 years ago, and I helped out with indoor one season. And I was just I noticed that Bat he do a lot of single leg bounding, bro. He
yeah.
had his kid like in the grass, man, and that's one thing I incorporated into my program as well, man. I'm a true firm believer. The body is about switching. You got to
Yep,
know and teach the body how to run off one leg and what
Isolate.
yeah,
Yeah,
isolate. What better way to do that than to bound off that leg and teach the body how to hit the
yeah,
ground and
yeah,
pop that force and keep pushing it down.
yeah.
well, running is one-legged single bounds. It's
It's
just fast.
isolation. Yeah,
That's it.
So,
Yeah,
so when you go into the details of it, you have to be strong off of one leg.
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then I remember Tim had brought it up a couple years ago, doing stuff barefoot,
yep,
doing stuff
Yes,
in the sand,
yes,
yeah.
working
yes.
on like spreading them toes out, working on them
Hmm.
fascial
Them
connections and all that.
tendons, them
Yeah,
tendons.
yeah.
Yep, because you
The
start doing
ankle.
all that.
Yeah,
Yep, it starts straightening up ankle. It give you ankle stability, foot
yeah,
yep,
stability, lower limb stability. So they're not really having a lot of like shin splints and
yeah,
calf
Yeah,
issues,
yeah,
because they know how to hit the ground
yeah,
better. Because
yep,
yeah,
all of them fascial connections are a lot stronger than
yeah,
trying to do everything in your shoe and
yeah,
not not doing
yeah.
all of that stability stuff.
The
so
ankle and foot complex. Yeah,
I
cause see,
seen
a lot of them are not even strong enough to even. We asked them to drive, but I'm like, well, dang man, this kid
their
ain't
body can't
never.
hold it.
He ain't never
And
did it.
that's crazy you said that. My first
So
day training with Trevor, when we got in the blocks, he was like, "Yeah, set your block, this, that, and the third." He was trying to tell me where he want my shin at. He was like, "I want your shoulders right over your hands. Put your head in a position so when we push out, everything's in a linear body angle." And then I pushed out. He was like, "Ah." I was like, "That was bad." He was like, "Nah, you just weak." I was like, "What you mean?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You run 10.5, but you weak." He's like, "You weak." He's
yeah,
like, "Weak as hell." He's like, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, you got to get on that squat bar. He's like, "You need power cleans. You got to squat, some snatches." He was like, "Bro, you got to get stronger." He's like, "I mean, you get stronger. You be running 10.3, 10.2 in high
yeah,
school." But he was like, "I'm just being out looking at your first rep. You
yeah.
being 17 years old, your whole body weak, dog."
Yeah, you got to
You know
build it
what I'm
from the
saying?
bottom up, man. Build
Yeah.
it from the bottom up. Ankle and foot complex. I thought Space is crazy. He had us out there barefooted.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Listen, don't even get me
Man,
started.
Man, I had
but
Dom
it
and them in
worked,
the
man.
grass today, barefoot. They first worked out since States in the day. They was in the. I said, everybody warm up. They warmed up. I said, all right, let's go. Barefoot in the grass. They looked at me like, socks off. I said, well, your feet
Yeah,
stink? Yeah, take your shoes off. Let's get
yeah,
it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And we had 350 runs,
yeah,
grass tempo, 350s in the grass.
yeah. You
Hey,
know,
y'all got
Today.
a question in the comments, man. They asking
okay.
what we think about Cameron Tucker.
Hey, he a TMZ. He TMZ baby.
Jack Masters over there.
How do
Uh,
we
How
see
you
all the
get him over there?
comments?
his sister. His sister is a good coach. His sister used to coach. Tucker, Coach Tucker. Shout out to their big. His big sister coaches him. And
Mm.
she's done a great job with him, man. She's been
Yeah,
coaching for
yeah.
a minute. She coached at FAMU. A lot of people don't know, man. And their little sister, not the Corin Tucker, she's good too. But I mean, I think he's good. I think he kind of got tired of, I mean, I think early on in the season he went like 10-9, and I think he ran 100 again. But I think he did good. He won the 55 indoor. I
Yeah.
think he beat, who did he?
No. He got second. He finished no, did 3A.
I thought he
Yeah,
won.
he did win. Yeah, he beat out LB
I
because
thought he
they're
won.
3A. Yeah,
He
But
he
I
beat
beat
he
think
him.
he
beat
just
LB
fell in
indoor?
love.
I
Yeah,
think so. Yeah,
Oh.
he won that.
he started running those quarters.
Yeah. He
And
ran
hey,
I think he
man,
ran like a 6'4" or something like that, or 6'3" high or 6'4" low or
yeah, he
something
ran
like
like
that.
635, 630, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I think he fell in. But I seen him early on. I seen Miss Tucker. He started running those quarters. He ran a couple of them, and
He took off.
drop. It's a matter of time, bro.
What's his
He
PR?
out
He ran a 20
20.92.
29, yeah, state, and then he ran a 47. was it
Legal.
3? Yeah, 47-3 or 4 or something like
He's
that in the
fine.
And he
He's
play
fine.
football. He cornerback.
Yeah, he fast.
Somebody in the chat said we think Danny gonna hit 10-9 this year. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's easy.
I
She
think
slowed
Oh,
down and
easy.
read Lemon too.
if she get good elements at nationals outdoor, she get a good if she get
She
anything
make
over,
team, bro.
man, it's over. She might I ain't gonna say she gonna break Shanti record, but I give her 10. Y'all give me a prediction. On my prediction, I'm gonna give her 1097.
Hold
I
on,
give it
question.
1095, 94
What
too.
1095.
Shanti run?
Hold on.
89?
Same
Which
thing.
nationals is she going to?
Shanti ran 1089.
She's going to
Yeah.
U20. She's going to
Not
U20.
saying she can't
Also,
do it. If anybody can do it,
Oh,
it'd
she
be
on
Dana.
U20.
Yeah,
Where,
she's
where
going
is
to
If
U20.
anybody
U20s at?
can, shit, Dana might run 1088.
damn.
Where is U20s at?
Oregon.
It's Pan American Games this year. Pan Am. I don't know where it's at, but it's
Right.
the Pan Am.
Well,
Shoot, on
depending
that
on where
Oregon
it's at.
track, shoot, she might run
Oh,
10-92 out there.
yeah.
I'm about to say if she go to
Yeah.
Oregon, she gonna run 10-8.
Yeah, I think. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I told me and Tim talk about this all the time. I done said we said this in private. I said it to Newman. I'm gonna say it to Coach Brandon. Coach B. Danny gonna beat Shakara in 2028 Olympics. Olympic trials.
I
Watch my
believe
word.
that.
You better,
I
Bro,
man.
believe
You
that.
better.
if
Man.
me and Tim go crazy over this girl front side mechanics and how she straight the ground and
Oh
she's so
yeah, she's
strong.
strong. Yeah, she's
Oh my
strong, man.
God. We ain't never seen nothing like this, dog.
Yeah, she
Hey,
be
hey,
She
stepping
hey.
on it.
broke him.
10 hops. 10 hurdle hops over 36.
Man, listen.
That's
Better stop
crazy.
playing. You better
That's
stop playing.
crazy.
Look, when her coach sent me that video, I started making Maya go over 33s.
That's
I said, nah,
crazy.
I said, look,
We
we
gotta
can't get
step it
too far
up. We
behind.
gotta step it up. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
hey, look, we can't get him 36, but him 36, that's different.
Damn right. I did the same thing. That the race that when I seen Evan run that 20.9, I looked at that. I said, but we ain't doing enough. I said, we ain't
Yeah.
doing enough. We gotta step it up.
Yeah.
Hey,
This boy just
I
went
thought,
20.9.
yeah, man, I was thinking about that this year because every time I think I'm pushing them too hard, then I be like, man, I ain't doing enough,
I
man.
ain't doing
Yeah.
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
ain't
Yup,
doing enough,
yup,
man.
Yeah.
yup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I agree.
Yeah, she's but everybody, Dana don't have no flaws, man.
Nah, she really don't.
You
Once
got you
she
got
learned
to
how to
look at
once she got that drive phase down, man, she gonna be one.
look
She gonna be a problem for a long time on the professional scene, dog. If she
Oh
stay
yeah.
healthy.
even if you look at the pro, what pro look better than her besides
What we say,
Shakira?
Tim? We looked it up. Me and you looked it up on the phone. What's she in the world? Number
Who,
3?
from a technical standpoint, who looks better than Dana?
Nobody.
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 I'm talking about in the
I
world.
mean, like complete
I'm
front
talking
side
about in the
mechanics,
world.
back
Give
side
me one
mechanics. You talking about just straight overall mechanics that look
in the
like
world.
nobody.
Jeff
Forget in the
Jefferson
world.
ain't up there with her.
No, her
No,
arms. Her arms.
Okay.
She got
I'm
wide
just saying
elbows.
no
Melissa,
wasted
you talking
motion,
Melissa?
Brandon. From a
Hmm? Melissa
wasted
Jefferson?
motion,
Yeah.
relaxation.
I don't like
I'm
Melissa's
talking
arms.
about that foot, that limb exchange.
That last 40 we just talked about, staying in it. She got it.
You just
She
got to
got
get
it.
the
Yeah.
strength.
I believe once she get around those pros, she'll take some licks because she just trying to get a hang of it. But once she get that hang of it, oh, you can
Oh, she
cancel
gonna
it.
be lights out.
You can
But
fly.
I want to see how she adapts to Tennessee's training because I had an athlete go over there and they train
Yeah.
hard for 6 days. They go hard. I ain't gonna lie,
Arkansas like that too.
coach, yeah, they
See
do. Coach push his kids. So like I said,
Yeah.
I want,
Ross is
and not
like
saying
that.
she can't do it. Don't get me wrong. We don't talk down on athletes, but I'm just talking about any in general. I want to see the transition because, like I said, every kid can't make that transition from their high school coach to an NCAA program and it be
Yeah.
smooth. Most of the time, it takes a year to learn
Yeah.
to learn a new coach's philosophy, to build that relationship, and to tie into the program. And you're a freshman, first time away from home. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if anybody can do it, trust me, I'm not talking about Dana. I'm just talking about in general. But I honestly think that Dana is the next best thing, coming out of North Carolina, and that's gonna be on the collegiate and professional scene for a minute. She
Well,
got it.
her sister's going to the school with her too, isn't it? Like, what's
That
her?
ain't her
Yeah,
sister.
her
Oh, it's
teammate,
not. Oh, okay. Oh,
They
okay.
like
Yeah,
sisters
the
though.
long
I
jump,
got you.
That's like her best friend.
Yeah, it's is it India or something like that? Wilson or
India,
something
yeah.
like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
she a
Yeah,
dog. She a dog
yeah,
too.
yeah. I thought that was her sister.
Coach
Yeah,
last name Wilson, India Wilson, Dana Wilson, the daddy.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
thought James went to A&T, Newman, before us.
Yep, Aggie
Yeah,
Pride.
her Dana's coach is IAAF certified.
Oh
Ooh.
wow.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he gave me some interval stuff. I'm like, okay. Yeah, we
That's
talk all the time, man. Like, hey, this is crazy. This is how you know he's a good coach. And I'm not trying to.
y'all. Give me a
He
second.
brought Dana to me last year because he didn't know. He said, I don't know about the start. So what I did, Maya went through. She went through the previous year. So I said, Maya, you got to train with her.
Yeah.
So I asked Coach James. I said, hey man, this is at your pride. Let's train our girls together. I secretly trained Maya with Dana last year. They was coming out the
Yeah.
blocks. We went to A&T. We was at Greensboro Day. We did
Woo.
about 10 sessions
I
together.
would have loved to see them practices, boy. Them two right there.
And but what made me respect him is because he didn't have an ego. He said, yo, man, I don't really know blocks. Could you work with Dana on her blocks? I'm sure.
Yeah.
But they don't need me no more.
Let me get that.
He's fine.
Yeah. But
And
I
the
ain't gonna
thing
lie,
with
that's
Dana was,
yeah.
the same thing with everybody. Just keeping that torso forward and keeping it because she was reaching. And she was reaching, which was it was giving her a vertical orientation. So I just kept telling them, hey, just think about attacking down because you're already front side already. Same problem I had. You're already front side. We
Yeah.
want to get to our strength, Kalisto. You know what I'm talking about. We always want to get to that top end, but you got to trust the push. And
Yeah.
I got that from Brandon. Trust the
Yeah.
push. Trust the
And the
push.
thing is, we always
Mhm.
say we pushing the drive fade, but you really pushing the whole race. You
Yeah,
know what
you
I'm
push. Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
foot don't stop pushing. A lot of kids
yeah.
think that you
It's
only
a push in
pushing it.
action. Yeah,
You only pushing the acceleration fade. No, you pushing down the whole way down by the track. You know, even though you
Vic,
might not can't change gears no more after 60, but you still pushing it. You still want
yeah,
to basically stay tight. You know, and keep
yeah.
those on. Don't change nothing. I tell the kids run like a robot. Put the arm in the same spot every time when you come out your drive phase from the 30-meter mark all the way to the finish line. You want to
That's
Yeah.
keep
it.
the same motion and stay tight, stay relaxed. I don't mean tight like clench up as far
Yeah,
as
yeah, yeah. Of course.
keeping your form tight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And riding that thing out and just trying to stay relaxed. And then and another thing I want to talk about. eh, 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 we even got some of the best kids in the country on here. Ain't nobody undefeated, dog. Y'all kids gotta stop with this. I can't lose a raise. I'm gonna be depressed if I took a loss. My
yeah,
rivalry beat me. Man, you don't know
yeah,
what's gonna happen. Stay locked in your
yeah.
season. Continue to develop. Fo-
Execute.
Yes.
Focus on execution. Every race outside of a regionals, a states, or a nationals, or a qualifying meet is a developmental meet.
yep, that's a
Yes.
Period.
Yep,
wrap.
I
yep.
just told one of my
It's to
developmental
prepare.
girls
It's to
that
prepare.
today.
Yeah,
I just told one of my athletes that yesterday. I'm sorry, at one of the developmental meets we had at Cummins High
Yeah, we had
School.
out there, and me and Coach
Yeah,
Noon was out there in
yeah,
at
yeah,
Burlington.
yeah. Now this young lady, you know what I'm saying, this is her first time being in the summer track meet. You know what I'm saying? She's a competitive cheer girl. She taught herself to jump 16 feet. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to, you know what I'm saying, the work that we have been
Check middle
putting in,
school or frat? What grade she in?
she's a junior, she's a rising
Oh, junior.
senior.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, but she's still like new to this game. She
Yeah,
don't
she's
really
learning.
understand. She's still
Yeah,
learning. So like she was upset, tears flowing and stuff. And I was like, listen, what's wrong? She was like, I suck. I didn't do well. I didn't jump. I was
I
supposed to
hate
win.
that.
I don't lose. And
I
I was
hate that.
like, there. And then what I told her, I was
wrong
like,
sport, boy.
there's no such thing as losing in track. There's only lessons. And I was like, the more lessons you learn, the better you're going to be in this field. I was like, number one, I'm going to take the fault because number one, we got there late. I said the PA system wasn't working, but there's no excuses. I'm going to take that. I said, so we still went out there, we still competed. Yeah, you got your good jump in, but now we know how to move forward. So now we're going to take this and build off of it. I was like, you're good. Don't even worry about that. I said, you see me jumping down your throat, telling you that you suck, telling you that, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't have did this, that, and the third. I was like, don't worry about that. In this sport right here, you got to learn from your losses or lessons, should I say. So she was like, I see what you're saying, coach. I understand. I gotta turn my cheer brain off and learn my track brain. I was like, there you go. I said, see, now you just learned a lesson. So yeah, all the athletes, they got to learn that. The more that you learn in this sport, the better off you're going to be. If you just out there just YouTubing and Instagramming and you just out there just doing stuff, it's only going to take you but so far. The problem is that when you get around athletes that are actual athletes,
Yep.
then you're going to be able to be like,
You'll
oh
get
my gosh,
exposed.
it's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then that's where everything is going to fall apart. So yeah, I agree with you, Pete. Something
Yeah.
totally agree with you on that, man. Totally agree.
So, you know, to me, as coaches, you know, we deal with more mental with these kids than it is anything. You know what
Oh
I
yeah.
mean? Because that's the major part that I think that, of course, we can get these kids fast. We can give them the best workout. We can teach them how to drag. We can teach them angles. We can teach them pushing, strength, everything, all the stuff that comes with the physical side. But to me,
That's the hardest.
we are psychologists as well, bro. Like we are
Man, bro.
therapists. You know what I'm saying? We gotta walk kids up, we gotta wipe tears, we gotta pick kids up, we gotta, kid fall and break their neck in the hurdles, kid hurt themselves on long, whatever. The kid pull up, have bad race, whatever the circumstances is that brings on the negative, or not even the negative side, the lessons, like Coach said, the lessons that come with our sport. You know what I'm saying? And we have to figure out a way. Okay, I know I can't talk to this athlete the way I talk to this athlete.
Yep.
Now I know this athlete is hurt or this. What can I do to bring out the best in this kid? When I know I can go up to this kid, I can put my finger in his chest, and he gonna feel me man to man to understand it, not taking no away. But I can't talk to this kid like that. You see what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like it's so many variables to when it comes to coaching. With us develop this mental side of these kids. So what is y'all approach when it comes to that?
I'll go first. So when it comes to like my program, like I don't sugarcoat a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to how we do things in my program. But for my girls, I typically take a softer approach, but I'm still firm on what I say. You know what I'm saying? Because you go at some of these girls, you done lost her for the next month. It's
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
But when it comes to my boys, like some of the kids, some of my boys, you know what I'm saying? I can't yell at them as much as I want to, but I'm more firm. You know what I'm saying? But the other ones, it's like I'll make an example out of one just to go grab one of the ones that they respect. So I'll go get one of my boys that I can fuss at, and then I can create a problem with him because this other kid didn't do exactly what I wanted him to do, and then make him correct the problem over here. So it's certain
Yeah.
things like that.
Bounce off of it. Bounce off of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I could be like, hey man, why is he doing A, B, C, D, and E? Oh, coach, I didn't even fix that. And if
Positive
you do that
reinforcement.
again,
Yeah.
if you do that again, then we gonna have a problem. And then they
Mm-hmm.
like, oh shoot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now they like, man, I don't want to get him in trouble. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy. And hey, ain't no boys, ain't no homies out here. Like y'all out here to work on your individual things. So now that they understand exactly how that goes, then now you know what I'm saying there is a camaraderie there around the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
Even the boys checking the girls. Like the girls can't get out of hand because they already know like they ain't trying to mess it up. Like a couple of my kids and I'll finish after this. We had a new kid come out and then they out there just talking and just going through the drills. So I was like, hey, why is she still sitting around with her just standing watching y'all? What I asked y'all to do.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I said, okay, since y'all don't know, I want y'all to go ahead and start it all over again. Then they looking at me. I was like, yep, start it all over again. I said, I got nothing but time. We'll be out here all day. So now
Coach,
they look.
Coach, did you see me turn up on him yesterday in the warm up area?
Sure did. That's why I was like,
Hey,
I like that.
I ain't playing with him.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim, Coach
Yeah.
B, hey, Coach Newman standing right there with his arms crossed. He was like, he right. Everything he's
Yep.
saying. Like, I ain't playing with y'all. What y'all doing? Y'all know what time it is. When we pick these bags up, you need to flip that switch. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? If you ain't locked in mentally, because I come from that era. If a dude talk to me or a female talk to me, a teammate, I don't care, fan, whatever, mama. I mean, I speak to the moms, whatever, but I come from the era. Don't talk to me when I'm warming up, bro.
Yeah.
I got a mindset. I'm trying to kill. I'm in warrior mode right now.
Man, these
That's what I said.
kids
These
ain't like that.
kids, they
They ain't like that.
soft. They
Man,
different.
they want to be friends, and I don't want to whip my
They
friend
at the
too much.
starting
I
line
got
giving high fives. They giving high fives.
man.
Man, get out of here, bro.
Hey, I got a funny story real quick. One of my athletes last year, we was at Adidas Nationals and we had like, you know what I'm saying, we on the bleachers. So he rolled up, he about to jump, right? So he rolled up with some chick. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at him like, he's like, Coach, this is I'm like,
I don't
excuse
care
Give a
my
about
damn
none
who
of
that
language.
is.
that. I
Give
don't
a
care about
damn
none
who
of
that
that.
is. Why you ain't ready to jump?
I'm like, why you got this chick around me? He was like, hey, Coach, hey, bro, if you don't want her being disrespected, get her away from us.
Peace.
Get her away from us.
Peace.
Then he was like, so I was like, come here, man. Nah, you gotta learn this lesson. I said, hey, if you get in a fight, you gonna go hang around your girl, or you gonna square up and you gonna make sure you handle that. He was like, I'm gonna square up, make sure I handle that. Well, why you bringing a chick to a fight? You about to go jump right now. You
You want
not
a
about to
war.
be walking
You want a
around like
war
it's
right now.
I like, hey, get that chick when it's all over with. When you done jumping and everything, talk to her then.
Mm-hmm.
But before, I don't want to see none of your homegirls. Only girls supposed to be around you is your teammates.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can get the
That
best of
that
that.
man, that jump had me pissed off. I was like, man, get
Yeah,
that chick
man.
around away from you, man.
Yeah.
Chick gotta go.
Yeah.
She was upset. I didn't care though. I didn't care. Tell your
That's
mama,
it.
tell your daddy, whatever. I don't care, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like so it's now it's different for high school. Now like my club team, man, like we ain't playing no games, man. We
Yeah, that's
go
right,
there.
Coach. Coach
Yeah,
And
Kibo.
Coach
yeah,
Brent don't play now.
yeah.
Oh
Hey,
hell no.
hey,
I
we
done
come.
seen him, boy. That boy don't he like me. He turned. I done
Hey,
seen him turn up. Hey
all
boy,
bro. Hey, let's
that boy done
go.
turned up on Khalil a couple times, boy.
That's my dog right there,
I
though,
know, I
man.
know, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, I know, but he know, and like so club team, man, I can be, I can be a little bit more,
Oh yeah, yeah. We can
hard
turn
charging.
up then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
more
We can turn up a
relaxed.
little
Yeah.
yeah,
bit.
yeah, school, man. Hey, they going to their mom and their daddy, man. Coach
Yeah.
yelled at me and all that stuff. But so like with my high school team, they kind of know because like some of them run for my club team too. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't necessarily have to curse them out, but it's like yo, like we got business to take care of, man. It's like we trying to win, conference, regionals, and states, and the girls team ain't, we ain't do what we could have done, but they had a really good year this
Yeah, they
year,
had a good
and
year. Real
and
good
yeah,
year.
they had a really good year,
A lot of school
and
records too.
yeah, and so it was a growing year for us, and like we had, this was probably our best girls team that we've ever had, like just across the board. Because like last year, like I think our average 100 time was like 12-9 or 13 flat or something like that, and then
Mm-hmm.
this year our average 100 time was like 12-4, 12-3 range or something like that. That's why they was
Okay.
able to run that 47-8 at state. So
That's coach. That's coaching
yeah,
right there.
but it took a lot. Well, it took them buying into the system. And girls, well, it's since it's so psychological, it's like they got to see something, and then they like, all right, I know it works, so now I can give a little bit more, and then they get some results, and then they give a little bit more. But the boys sometimes like, yo, shut up, man,
Yeah.
just get on the line and
Yeah.
stop playing, man.
Yeah.
And like, what are you doing? So
Yep.
like with the boys this year, it was a lot of fussing and like, look, bro, we got states, man, we got states. It's gonna be us, Carver, and Corvian when we get to states all year. Corvian wound up winning this year, and then we tied for Carver. We tied with Carver to get second. We was actually supposed to get third or fourth. But them staying well, Javon got hurt too, so kind of it changed the way we approach the state meet. But the girls was locked in from day
Devon
one,
got
man.
hurt after the 4x1. I saw y'all won the 4x1.
Nah. He had been going through like some back stuff all year. So his back was kind of it wasn't ever really 100%. And then he tried
Okay.
to run that regionals, and it just like he was like, man, coach, I can't even walk, bro. Like
Yeah, that's
it's
one. I
I'm
love that
I'm
kid.
done.
He's a dog.
Yeah, man, and he had to go through some growing stuff too, man. Because once he won nationals in middle school, he got to high school. He was still where he was supposed to be, but like I try to tell people all the time, man, that state meet is something different, man. It
Yeah.
don't matter how many national titles you won, how many regional, whatever you did in summer track, that don't mean nothing when you get
Don't
to that
mean
state meet,
nothing.
man. When them lights come on, man, a lot of them kids kind of freeze up. So it's up to us as the coaches to have them prepared for, for that
Yeah.
state meet, because it's
Yeah.
so like it's a lot more on the line, because you're not like, with summer track and stuff, you kind of running for yourself, but you are running for your team.
Yeah.
But when you get to that state meet, it's like everything I do counts towards us, like our team winning a
Trying to
title.
win the
So
title. Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot more pressure, and sometimes like the kids ain't prepared for it. And even if you do prepare for them, like they gotta go through it. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you could dance around all this stuff all you want. Sometimes you just gotta go through it. You just gotta experience it. Maybe losing or getting
Yeah.
whooped by somebody that you thought you could beat all year, and then the next year you come back like, shoot, I needed
Yeah.
to lose so like
Yeah.
I can hit that fall training like I need to. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a psychological battle all year long, man.
Yeah,
All year.
those losses can
Yeah.
turn. Sometimes those losses is what you need to motivate you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Some
Yep.
losses can
Yeah.
be
Depending
be
on the
the whole
athlete. Yeah.
determining. Yeah, the determining factor of you turning everything around and setting new goals and going to get it. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, all these people just this false narrative of I have to PR every meet and I did this and you got a -3 headwind. It was like, oh my God, I ran
Yeah.
slow. It's like, yeah, I told you that before the race. He was gonna
Yeah.
run
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Everybody
Yeah.
running. I just seen the heats before you. The girl just ran 11:9. She just ran a 12:3. You know what I'm saying? Like last week she ran 11:9. Today she ran 11:12:3. Why you think you gonna PR and she did? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's
Yeah.
like kids got to
Yeah.
understand the elements. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the mental side of every meet outside of a state meet, a regional meet, a national meet, or a qualifying meet to get to another meet is a developmental meet. It
Yeah.
don't mean nothing. Like y'all remember when I can bring this up all the time when Noah won the Olympics, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I remember we went over to Jamaica, the boy pointed at him and you know what I'm saying? I mean, looked at him and looked at him or whatever and tried to, what Noah say? I got your ass.
Yeah. He,
Remember
he's
this
like, yeah.
moment, my
Hey,
boy.
he said y'all only
Remember
run fast.
this.
Y'all only run fast in Jamaica, man. Y'all
Yeah.
ain't y'all ain't
And
run
no,
fast outside of that. And they
came
told him.
back and won the Olympics. He came back and won. He won it by a quarter inch, but he won. You know what I'm saying? And that's
One
what
double to dub.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So so I
Double
say
to
that. So
dub.
I say that just to so to speak for y'all athletes. Don't never lose track of over a loss or a bad race or having a
That's it.
bad week or 2-3 bad races in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, perfect example. Don was getting his butt whooped all year. He came back last race of the year. He did good and tied the state record. And like I said, that's just his story. I don't want to keep talking about that, but you never give up on the vision. Track is such your ceiling is from what your PR is all the way to Usain Bolt's world record. You know what I'm saying? You got from that to get better. You know what I'm saying? So stop limiting yourself to where you think that you can only be concerned about this year. When sometimes track athletes, we notice as coaches, it might take 2-3 years to develop an athlete.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And,
you got to
and
be realistic. Create long term and short term goals too, and be realistic also.
That's true.
mhm.
And you got to address those mental barriers, man. You got to put them in situations to where they, like I do. I mean, I do a lot of racing in my practice because I know that's the closest thing to a track meet.
To attract me
And,
too.
and I also try to make my lead. I try to create leaders,
Hmm.
and because as a coach, man, you can't be the one getting on them all the time. I'm like, man, I'm tired of. I'm like, Maya, you get on them. Bryson, you
Yeah,
get on them.
yeah,
You got
yeah.
to create leaders. You know what I'm saying? Because they hear us all the time. You know what I mean? So I help you. The teammates got to be accountable too. Cause we can't be the only ones always yelling all the time. They hear it all the time. It
Yeah.
becomes, it really becomes mute sometimes.
Routine. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so you gotta know who your leaders are too. You know what I'm saying? And create leaders. Now you lead the drills. Now you tell
Yep,
them to come on. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
Create leaders, and that kind of creates that team cohesion too. So,
Mhm.
you know,
And then losing or lessons, if you will. It also helps the coaches out too, because when we finished second last year at states, man. We lost the swing last year, 6 points, and we ain't have a 4x4. Man, I was pissed. Damn, I was mad about that. And so I was like, man, I'm gonna make my business to, like, it's not gonna come down to us not having a 4x4. And it forced me to kind of revamp like how we train and like make sure everybody was ready for the 4x4, and make sure our 4x4 was ready to get through regional. So we didn't lose uh because we didn't have a 4x4. So our sprint group did what we were supposed to. It was some other areas. We just didn't have enough depth in all the areas, but it wasn't because we didn't have enough sprinters. But it also helped me, figure out where the holes were in my training group and my training philosophy, and it made me a better coach overall because of that loss. So it's like, what can you take from a loss and not let it hold you down or hold you back. So
Oh
the
yeah.
coaches gotta look introspectively just as much as the athletes.
Yep. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, you doggone
Agreed.
right. Because when Antoine and Neil and them put that super team together, I said, yeah, let me
Yeah.
go scratch my
That was
scratch my
disrespectful
head
right
on
there.
this one. I said, let me go
Yeah.
scratch my head on this. I
Hey,
said, I'm gonna come back next year. We're gonna be stronger next year. I said, boy, because I ain't
That
gonna
was
lie, they uppercutted me and punched me in the mouth last year, boy. Them and track masters, boy. I said, woo,
yeah.
I got
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
caught
it
is
me
was
off
somebody
guard
crazy.
with
coming in?
that one,
Somebody
boy.
else coming in?
Who that?
Is somebody else
Brian.
coming in tonight?
Oh, no, I ain't got nobody on
Nah.
backstage. So
Oh, Janelle,
Oh,
Janelle not doing
Janelle
that?
Turner. Janelle Turner said, what's up, coaches?
Oh, what's up?
What's up? What's
Any
up?
more
what
What's
any
up,
going
more
on?
Janelle?
que- any more
Uh,
questions?
Y'all got any more questions for us?
They was asking if I think we was talking about Dana Wilson at the time,
yeah,
asking if we was gonna break if we think she can break Allison Felix 200 record.
What's the record?
isn't it 22-11?
Ooh.
Ooh, that's fast.
Ooh.
That's fast right there.
When she ran 20, yeah, I could say possibly, yeah. 22, she went 22 too. Shit, why not? Let her
Was it
Yeah.
that
get
fast?
yeah, she went
Yeah,
22
bro.
too.
Yeah,
Hey,
Damn.
she
look,
ran it.
let her
She ran that at
let her
AFT.
hey y'all, let her get a good 1.8 or 2.0. Shit.
Ooh,
It's over.
woo.
Let her get a good 1.8. It's over.
Yeah,
Nah,
she
Yeah,
she
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 ain't
got.
went
that
20
at the
points.
bad. She ran that
Hey,
photo. She ran
she
that
ready,
photo.
B. Hey,
Look,
Coach B, she ready,
Man.
boy.
Yeah,
she
I
run
see.
that photo.
Yeah,
She run
yeah.
that photo this weekend too. Little tune up photo.
Ooh,
Shit,
woo.
Hey,
let her go 52 high in that 4. It's over.
hey, look at here.
I'll
Tim
give her
Tim
53. What y'all think she running the 4? I'll give her 53 mid, 53 5.
53 low first time.
Yeah,
Dana
yeah.
hate the damn. She hate that
She
quarter,
hate
but
that 4. She hate that
all
4.
I mean, all of them hate it. But
hate
Yeah.
hate
it's
that
gonna it's
though.
gonna it's gonna take them to another level mentally.
But they
Yeah,
Once you
but
get once you get comfortable over that four,
it's over.
but we all know as coaches and as athletes, that's the key to running fast, man. Even if you don't run the open 4, if you just run the 4s in practice or run the 4x4, you gotta run that 4, man.
got to
You
do that.
gotta run that 4. It don't matter if you running in the open event, but you gotta have some kind of 400 base in your trainer or
Yeah.
a 4x4 to
And
carry you
it
through.
prevents injuries too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, I
man.
remember I knew the day when I was about to run 19 was when Coach Daniels, I'm gonna give you my secret. Coach Daniels gave me 352, 5150. And I came in the 350 and I ran 39 flat.
Mm.
And
God
then
damn,
I
boy.
came back. I came back in the 250 and I ran 26 flat.
Yeah, you was sliding.
And then I ran 14.8. I was like, hey, give me a track. I'm ready to rock.
Oh yeah, you was ready. That hey, look, and that's the thing when we see times like that as coaches, we know what time it is. We
Oh
know what
yeah.
time it is. I ain't,
Yeah.
that
Daniels
week
love them
going.
two. Daniels love them 250s now.
Oh, hey brother, I'm gonna give you that 250, brother. You got 3 about 250.
Yeah. He
You
love
gonna
them
get them
250s.
250s. Yeah.
That's his favorite speed endurance workout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Shoot,
man.
fellas, it's 11 o'clock, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
We
man.
2 hours
Sure.
in,
But I
man.
definitely we got Dana and Maya next time, bro.
Okay.
Okay,
We
okay,
gotta
bet.
That's gonna
holler
be a
at
good one.
Janelle, make sure that we get him on so that we can
Yeah,
show him
I
some love.
talked to him earlier. He said he was gonna try to make it, but I'm gonna reach out to him and see if we can get him on again, and
Yeah.
we can definitely go from there. And I also, we got a few other people want to bring on. We're gonna start bringing some coaches on too, guys, and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I'm talking to some of these college coaches, and I actually want to after we done with the interviews of this, I wanted to see if we could start talking to the kids about the changes of the NCAA. I want that to
Cool.
be a good topic so we could bring on some coaches,
Oh yeah.
give our input because I think a lot of people are misled about this information. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll definitely be in touch, man. And great first show, guys. Great first YouTube show, man. Great,
Yeah,
great
yes,
job,
Absolutely,
sir.
man.
Yes,
Glad to
sir.
be on.
man. I'm
Yes,
loving what we're
sir.
doing, man. We just gonna build from here. We're gonna
Yeah.
push. We should appreciate everybody that support, man. Between all 5 of our platforms, the people that's connected with the podcast, man, we definitely believe we can, get put the state on to what we're doing and bring something positive to the state and help these kids any way that we can.
Already,
Definitely.
all
Definitely.
day. That's what it is.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Oh, how they say it in YouTube land, hit the like button, subscribe to the
Subscribe.
channel, share it out.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
leave a
saying?
comment, share,
Leave
man,
a comment,
please.
all of that stuff. So, hey,
We
man, we
need y'all
appreciate
support.
it. Hey, we want to get this thing out to everybody. So, listen, man, if y'all love what we doing, hey, tell a friend to tell a friend to come on
And if
back.
you don't, line it up.
That's
Line
it.
it up.
Line it
Get up
up.
there with
Line it
us,
up,
man.
baby.
So,
All
anything
right,
else,
I'm
my
out.
coach,
brothers.
y'all got?
All right, my brothers. Y'all have a good night, man.
All
All
right.
right, man. We'll
For
see
sure.
y'all.
All right, y'all.
All right.